We are back in the house and something a little different. Not a toss on back, but more of a celebration bitches episode tonight. So myself and Todd chilling, relaxing. People, if you want to jump up, I'll let a few people in that might want to join and just let me know in the comments. I'll get you a link over there. But it's a double thing here. So one, it's my birthday, so that's there. And then
Happy
two,
birthday.
well, thank you very much. And two,
21 years old, now you're legal to drink.
exactly. I've been doing all these years, not even legal. I've been getting away with it because I got the deals. I got the Rod J deals.
That's
I
right.
can do that. And then two, it's also the anniversary, so 8-year anniversary of the actual channel. So hard to believe, 8 years ago, started doing stuff on here about beer, and time flies, like they say, when you're having fun. So it's been a pretty fun ride, and lots of good beers drank along the way, talked about lots of good things learned and passed along. And appreciate you, Todd, for your role and part of that and rolling along, riding.
Thank you. I appreciate you letting me tag along with you.
Yeah. As much as we try to get Todd to get his channel, Todd's like, no, I'm going to stay here. I was like, I appreciate that. Like, all right, you sure you don't want your own channel? No, I'm good. I'm riding shotgun. So he's happy to ride shotgun. I'm happy to have him. So yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. But yeah, so crack open some beers, see what we get into. Shout out to the people in the chat. Blake, happy birthday. Thank you, my friend. If you want to get up here on Blake, let me know. I'll get you a link as well. And got Peggy. Thank you, Peggy. Appreciate that.
What's that, Mom?
Mama Rent in the house. Hashtag Todd Rocks. Gilbert, happy birthday and anniversary, son. Appreciate you. Cheers to the rest of you fools.
EG.
It's hard to not like talking to Mr. T voice when you're talking about EJ, just because the fools and the sons and everything like that. Yeah. What's up, JT? Hey, party on Rod. Yes, indeed, party on Todd. Appreciate you, homie. So a lot of the good longtime viewers and listeners of the channel. Appreciate all of you. And I'm definitely thirsty, so I will crack a beer. Rod X in the house. Cheers, homie. Good to see you as well. And kind of get this little started. I actually was deciding what did I want to do today because it was a special episode. And I ended up swinging by one of my spots just to see what they kind of had. Ended up getting a couple crowlers, and one of them I'm going to do a review on. The other one I figured I have tonight. I wanted something different. I got like a ton of stouts, which I'm going to have a couple stouts here as well. But hadn't had I can't say I haven't had a sour ale in a while because I have had one, but this was one that actually caught my eye because I was thinking about getting the IPA or double IPA, maybe making it an other half type night. But then I was like, let me try some other stuff here. Isn't that just so funny? Like anytime before it was this other half. Yeah, that'll work. And I was like,
When you can't get it, you always want it. But now that you get it, you'll be like, no biggie, no biggie.
That's what
Don't forget your people in Indiana, they can't
get
it.
We have to get some stuff out your way for sure and everything. So, but yeah, so this is actually from Abbeywood Brewing that I picked up. Abbeywood this might be the one that's from up around the way. Let me take a look here. I don't know if they're the ones out of Vermont. Look by the computer. No, they're actually Baltimore. They're local. I got one from one brewery that was out of Vermont, I know. But this is their Vice. It's a passion orange guava fruited sour that comes in at 7.1 ABV. Not much to see because I got it at Lighthouse, so it's actually in the crowler can that I picked up, which is nice because they keep some pretty good stuff on tap that you can get right out to the crowler section. So let me.
I figured it was the other half when you said crowler, though.
Yeah, well, I can get those too. So
no, I know that's what I figured. That's why I figured it probably was.
And I did look at one of them that was an IPA. That was a 6.5. But I ended up not grabbing that one. But they have some double IPAs. The last one I got was that triple IPA they have. But they have some other stuff up there. So they'll definitely be having some more other half come back this way.
That's a nice sour at 7%. They don't usually run that high very often.
Yeah, that's a little bit more higher than what you're used to there to see those. So happy to see them step up there. And shout out to Wayne in the house as well.
What's
Have
up,
a
Wayne?
beer, indeed, Wayne. And we also got Chrissy, Queen of Lost Charge. Happy birthday! Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Chrissy. Cheers, and welcome to the channel as well. I don't think we've had Christy here before, so that is awesome. And if I can find it here, because got too many things on here, I was trying to give her the big old welcome that we have. And what did I do with it? Is it still on here? By the time I find it, it's going to lose momentum behind it.
Welcome.
Yeah.
That.
Welcome.
That was good. You were right on it. You were got time for the backup in case we need it. So there. Cheers, Christine. Oh, drinking a Yingling lager, Missouri. Finally, yeah, Missouri, Kansas, and who did we say the other state was? We did it like last week or the week before. Oklahoma. But don't tell Michigan people are upset about that. So they were like, we don't get it. Yeah. You just think that people in Kansas are getting picked over you. How does that make you feel?
They piss off.
Oh man. Let's see here. So what are you cracking open right now?
What? It's not what I was intending to grab, and I happened to see it, and I was like, shit, I better drink that. I need to go ahead and drink it because it was the last one I had, and it's probably been there for a little while. But this is the Vanessa would like this one. The Dragon's Milk Reserve.
Ooh.
It's last. What bottle is that one? Why can I never? Oh, yeah, that was Reserve 2 of shit. That was 2021. So who knows if it's really any good anymore? But
it'll be good. It's Dragon's Milk. It'll still work.
No, I know. But with it being more of a variant, it might die off a little. So this one's the Madagascar and Indonesian vanilla beans.
Oh.
12.3 ABV.
Very
Figure
nice.
start out small for your birthday, you know.
Right? Yeah. Oh, don't hold back. Let me see. And I think if we're still going in a bit, Mal may try to join as well when she gets off. So
It was like after 10 or something, or 10 o'clock. Or...
Yeah, 10 their time, 11 ours. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Central time. I forget the hour.
I actually am off tomorrow. Not that I'm going to do an all-nighter, but I am off tomorrow. So.
Yeah, so I told Shannon earlier, I was like, yeah, I probably won't go super long tonight. Like, because I knew you were off tomorrow. I was like, I'm not going that late.
I can let Rod suck me in and be up there all night. Yeah.
So then I got called tonight.
Well, like last week,
it was like 12:30, and I was like, whew, I was dragging the next day a little bit. until the afternoon, and then I started kicking in. I'm like, okay, it's on days almost up. I'm good to go. I need to catch second wind.
That's when you need that extra beer to keep it going. Yeah, that story I talked about last week. I mentioned the one guy that was the prime minister, or not prime minister, the MP over to England. I said 4 pints. He was actually drinking 16 pints tonight. Big difference. Big difference between the 4 and the 16, Lou. 16 pints a night was turning up his system. They made him get off of it. They actually were weeding him off of it because, weaning him off of it because he couldn't actually go just stop because his body would go into all kinds of issues. You know, right. Like if you're like at an alcoholic type level, like they can't just take you right off sometimes. So,
or some withdrawals sometimes actually.
But basically, they were saying he was drinking himself to death. So,
damn.
But 16 pints in a night would definitely be a lot. Yeah, every night.
That's a lot.
Yeah. It's like, what do you got to do at work that you need 16 pints afterwards? Like,
no kidding.
I work with these other assholes in politics. Yeah.
I need a new job.
You're like, that might do it. That might qualify.
Right, for sure.
The quick dissolving head on this one here. Supposed to give you like a Tahitian type feel, like from the islands. It's definitely got a nice aroma on it. Sour, tart, right in your face. Definitely get a big hit of like guava coming out. Big notes. I think for this one, it was, I want to say it was either $7.99 or $8.99, I think, for the crowler. I think it was $7.99.
Nice.
Which isn't bad. I mean, it's right off draft. And if you were having it at a restaurant, You probably pay something like that. I mean, it's 19.2, but you probably pay about that for a smaller size anyway.
Basically, what, $4
Yeah.
for a 16 ouncer?
Mm. That's good though. It's got a juicy quality underneath of it. Tastes like almost like a Tropicana type juice.
Looks good.
It's got a nice mouthfeel to it. It really sticks nicely.
Is it like sour, or is it just enough to let you know it's a little sour, but not?
Oh, it's sour. It's puckered and sour.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But it's not as acidic, but it's got an astringent quality to it that definitely gets you when to draw in, pucker the lips a little bit and pull out the flavor. But it's almost like when you bite down into like an orange or something and that juice is just hits you like right there.
Yeah.
I'm liking it though. Glad I got two.
Nice. That's the only bad thing with sour sometimes, at least for me anyway, is it's over the top. It almost gets too sour where you can't even taste the flavors of it because it's so sour. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
kind of wrecks your taste buds at the same time as you're drinking it.
Yeah, sometimes they make them too sour, so it can definitely hit you there for sure.
That reminds me, like, how long ago has it been now? It's been years ago. We went up to Upland Brewing Company there up in Bloomington. And they had a drawing for one of their, they were really big in sours there for a while. I guess they still make them. I don't get them. I haven't got them since then, really. But anyway, he had to get in this drawing to even get a chance to buy them. So I actually got drawn to go. So we made it a kind of a weekend overnight thing. But we got those back and drank some of them. I was like, man, and that's what I was talking about. Like, those things are so sour. Couldn't even taste the differences in the flavors from one bottle to the next because they all kind of, the sourness of them just over-wrecked everything. Like, you couldn't, palate-wise, you couldn't drink them. It was too much.
Yeah, it can be too much the way some of them actually do it. And Wade, I was going to say, if you look at your Instagram, if you want to pop up, let me know. And we got the legend in the house, EB. Cheers, my friend. And EB, if you want to pop up, I can shoot you a link too for a bit, depending on what you got going on there. Let me know. Just kind of have an open talk, anniversary celebration type show, whatever. Just kind of kicking back. And Bart's in the house. Cheers, Bart. Good to see you, my friend. Hopefully all has been well. It's Thursday. It's the weekend. It's Thursday before the weekend to turn your clocks forward. So spring forward, right? So 2 a.m. Sunday, it goes to 3 a.m. like that.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. That closing time at the bar will go real quick. Like I like it in the fall, whereas like we turn it back like an extra hour.
Yeah,
but in the spring, you lose an hour.
Like, we need a guy. We just got here. No, sorry. You lost an hour.
It's not that time yet. Oh, it is now. Yeah. Yeah. A little crazy about Revolution. Belgian style pale ale. Nice. Belgo. All right, homie. I definitely get that over. Yeah, definitely. He was on a little of the Modern Warfare action. Nice. We're doing something else there. And shoot EB the thing, so he'll have it as well. But yeah, it'd just be nice to just kick back, and I figured some of the stuff over the years kind of get to, and you've been, even though you haven't had the channel, Todd, you've been around. We met through YouTube, so
right.
So our stuff, like anything that, like, what do you think of over the last 8 years? Like, you ever reflect back on that? Like,
hell, back when the what was that? What we used to do on just the Google Hangouts or whatever was when it really originally started, right?
Yeah, we see the Google Hangouts back then, right?
When it was like mass people of like 10 or 12, where you couldn't even talk half the time because everybody was always talking over one another. But yeah,
yeah.
As far as that goes, it's been more enjoyable to get to more of a one-on-one, conversation with people with a small group. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoyed those too because it got everybody. Hell, it was like, you and I, and I think Tom the Beer Whisperer and Joe. First met Joe and Drunken One before they even showed their faces on you, on the screen. It was just logos or whatever. Didn't even know what they look like.
Yeah.
They were now for sure. Like, it's evolved immensely. Like, it's come a long ways for sure as far as that goes.
Yeah, it definitely has just the different people and personalities, and then actually meeting people, and it's been a fun filled ride for sure.
I've definitely enjoyed it too. One, for not really ever having a channel. I should say no ever. I've never had a channel, but feel like I've still been part of, other than being on here with you on Thursdays or whatever for the years past or whatnot. But I met tons and tons of people through just the hangouts and whatever, and a lot of great people,
Yeah.
Get to talk to and feel like you've known for a long time. Like even some of the people that comment on here, like I've never seen them in person or talked to them in person really, other than through chats on here, and it's been fantastic for me to experience. That's been great. To kind of not really have to do anything, to kind of be lazy about it, and to put it in a bad way, I guess. But
you're like a YouTube affiliate.
Okay, right. But to be also feel accepted into everybody that have come across, like it's not been, nobody's ever looked at you like, oh, you don't have a channel, I don't want to hang out with you or talk to you or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's
that's not that anybody would do that, but I mean, there's people that would do that. I would assume. I don't know. I've never come across them, but
well, the community itself has always been like such a chill community, and then getting the chance to actually meet people is like one of the first people, and that I used to watch when I did it. I think I talked about was probably Joe D.
Yeah.
And then when finally connecting with him and how open he was about doing stuff and the support he provided and jumping up on his channel, and he'd been doing it for a number of years already, and it was kind of like a nice type feeling or welcome into community. And then there were others that were like that as well, talking to like Simon from Real Craft Ale over in the UK was like one of the first people we were talking to, and he had a huge following. Talking to Greg here and there, Greg's Beer Reviews, who's like the godfather. He's like, everybody knows Greg. Greg's like out there, and just like running into, like I mentioned, for people that hadn't watched, I mentioned one of the first beer fests I went here. One of the brewers knew who I was, but he kind of knew me and he knew Greg. He's like, that's two people I usually watch, which is kind of cool to be mentioned.
Right, yeah.
In the same breath with Greg there, because Greg is like that OG. Him and probably Joe might have been doing it the longest, I think. Although when Joe was doing it, Joe was kind of doing it as just a fan of beer, more where Greg was doing it kind of reviewing beer. And then Simon is not too far off of that, I think. Simon was pretty close to at that time. And it was a whole different ball game back then on how they were doing it compared to how it is now as well. So they were able to definitely benefit by getting in a little bit early, because now you look at the beer field and it's so many different things that are popular, which is great because I love to see all the people that are doing stuff and people being excited about it. And it's actually been a great opportunity to kind of do stuff, but it's not an easy niche to crack. As I bring in this legend can tell you that, because this legend, let me tell you something. Of all the people I know that I became friends with or know through YouTube, this guy right here, the first one I can say I knew when, hit over the 100,000 subscriber mark, just got his silver play button. I mean, EB in the house. What is up, homie?
What up, fellas? What up?
That applause is all for you, my friends. Dude's out here killing it right now. So great to have you up on the show. And I know it's been a while.
Oh, bro. I was playing PS5 and you said, hey, I could shoot you the link. I said, let me get off this shit. I was like, you don't ever invite people up. Let me get off here.
Yeah, it's an 8-year anniversary thing. I figured to have a great little open thing. Blake's going to try to get in if the storms calm down where he's at. And just, some of the personalities, some of the fun we've had over the years, some of the stories we've seen or told.
8 years, homie. 8 years. That's wow, you've been on here for a while. That's awesome. That's some longevity right there is what that is.
I'm still trying to be like you, son. It was like, hey, EB, what? EB?
Yeah, he's way up there.
I got the cheat code. I went the reaction route and then narrowed down the reactions.
I think I got the Pinto and you got the Charger with the Hemi. That's all I'm saying. But you were like zoom right past. But no, it's awesome. It's great seeing you jump up there. And then we also got Wayne in the house from Wayne's Beer Delivery, one of the newer YouTube beer community. I say newer within the last couple of years. So got the old school, the new school, got the middle school. Yeah. We got the cool schools. So yeah, welcome.
I dropped out of that school.
Yeah. you transferred. But no, thank you. Appreciate that, Wayne. Appreciate that.
Bourbon or beer?
Having a little beer tonight.
Get the beer and the whiskey. Which one?
Got some Talisker Storm. Some Scotch.
Oh yeah, you told me about that one that you'd actually.
It's kind of glaring a little bit.
It's my desk whiskey right here.
Yeah, okay.
Got a nice little bit of smokiness to it. Some nice fruit. Good spice. Oh yeah.
And what you got, Wayne? What you drinking on?
Well, definitely light. This is Wise One Hefeweizen from Common House Ale Works out of Charleston, South Carolina.
Nice.
I was about to say that looks familiar. Like they're like right down the road from me, about 45 minutes or so.
Yeah, because I don't know if Wayne and EB, have you guys met before or have you been on? Because you both are in South Carolina.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I know we've spoken. I think we've chit-chatted back and forth here and there in your streams and stuff like that in the chat. But yeah, no, what part of South Carolina?
I am in the Greenville, Spartanburg area.
Oh, he's up by BDO then. He's up by Brad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Down a little spot, Monk's Corner. So about 40 minutes outside of Charleston.
Nice.
There you go.
And yeah, so like I said, EB, he started in beer reviews, and then what made you make the adjustment to switch out of doing the beer? I mean, I know you found your niche where you're really doing what you're doing, but
it's funny because beer reviews is kind of what got me to like actually pay attention to more stuff on YouTube, because outside of doing beer reviews and the occasional like pepper pod thing, I didn't really have no use for. I didn't really watch anything on YouTube. But once I started doing the beer reviews and stuff like that, well, you upload videos, you're gonna watch other videos, and I found this stuff like reactions. What is a reaction? So I'd watch them react to music I grew up listening to, and after about a year and a half of watching people reacting to stuff that I grew up listening to, and then discovering new stuff through their reactions, I was like, that looks more fun than what I'm doing, and I enjoy what I'm doing, but it's not a whole. Like this is a very slow growth thing here, and I'm like, let me try that, because I'd go back and I'd look at where they started, and then how long it would take. Some of them have like 20, 30,000 subscribers, and they're like a year and a half in, and I'm like, one of these things is not like the other. So I was like, let me hop over and do that, because that looks fun, and it is.
Yeah.
So.
Well, YouTube is definitely about finding your niche and where you want to add the most. I mean, this, and EB, it more than probably any of us. I mean, we all kind of go through it to have the channels, but it can easily turn into another type routine, just like if you're going to work punching the clock, all the stuff you do to prepare and put stuff together. Like I tell people that ask me about doing stuff, it's not like you just throw a video up there and everything magic happens. You got so many other things you have to look at, your analytics and kind of putting in detail, kind of figuring out what works. And, it takes a little bit of time. And I tell people that do the beer stuff, I think one of the things that helped me in success, I actually put time into beer. Like I read about beer. I talk to people in beer, as far as talking to distributors and talking to breweries and talking to, owners of breweries and different things and all different roles. Like I could walk into a brewery and be able to know how stuff actually operates and not look like, oh, I like your beer, So I have that knowledge. And if you're going to build something, you need to put in those basic steps. It's not just, throwing up here and say this beer tastes good type thing. So you definitely, with the reactions, you put your time in it, because you did a lot of research on the stuff behind it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the first about 6 months before I even started, I mean, I started taking and looking just kind of diving into some stuff. Number one, seeing how people are actually editing reactions, and also noticing that there's a clear trend but between some reactors are like, okay, so this cat right here listens to nothing but stuff that you find on the radio. This person over here has a lot of like independent people. And that's when I kind of discovered, I kind of noticed, I was like, okay, well, this guy heavily goes on this as far as the ones that are independent. So I was noticing, well, within the overall niche of reactions, there's smaller niches, which is not something you'd associate with like a reaction channel. You think reaction, you just put anything up, you react to it. It really doesn't work like that. You almost find your specialization within it. And so, and even now, I mean, I don't know, I figure it's probably true for every other niche that's out there. You've got levels to what you're doing. It's like any other job. It's on the job training. So you learn, so you take and get proficient at one thing, and then you take and reach a certain level, and it's like, okay, well, how do I break through this level? Because you'll stay stagnant for a little bit. And then you take and start doing some more research, whether it's your analytics or it's whether looking at what styles of editing are working for other folks, or maybe even trying to come up with your own little take on some stuff. You work that in, maybe take and work some new material in as well. And then it kind of helps you take and propel past that as well. So it's one of the most unique things. It is the most unique thing I think I've ever done as far as to make money.
Nice.
Can you all tell like where your subscribers come from? Like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
80% of my subscribers are in the UK.
Is a good majority of your subscribers like from overseas or whatever? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because it seemed like when you started doing the reaction thing and a lot of the what's the comedy ones that you were doing there for a while that were you still might what's those guys' names? The two dudes.
Oh, the two Ronnies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of started really like skyrocketing their foods and stuff where people, So
well,
I was wondering, I don't know if you guys could actually see where everybody.
Oh yeah, you're within your analytics. You've got your demographic report, which shows you not only the age and sex of people, but also you've got demographics by country. And like 70 or 80% of my subscriber base is from the UK. I think it's like 3% from the US, and then it's a smattering from everywhere else.
Oh wow!
So
I didn't realize it broke it down.
Yeah,
greatly like that.
Oh yeah.
Which is a great thing going into analytics, because then you can kind of tailor stuff to what may fit more.
Right. True. Yeah.
When I launched the beer channel, I don't know if I had told EB or something back then. I wasn't have met as of yet when I noticed that, but it was like I had Craig and I had Harry and I had people. I was getting people out of UK more than anything, and I'm like, I'm living in the broad damn country. Apparently, I need to move over there and drink beer because everybody over there loves the videos. So now I have more Americans that watch it. But yeah, at the beginning, it was like mainly a lot of England or Northern Ireland that were watching and stuff that I was getting from overseas. And because I was doing a lot of, I think, stouts, which they have a lot of love for the stouts over there, and thinking like Ireland and some of the English type areas, and doing different things like porters they're used to seeing. So I was getting a lot of things that were coming up over there and stuff. I wasn't doing like the macro beers or anything, so I wasn't getting the American part of that. But you learn those things and you start to tailor and you start to custom and kind of build from there. And shout out to Emerson, which, speaking of South Carolina, I'm getting the South Carolina contingent tonight. So he actually dropped in a $5 bomb. Happy birthday, Rod. Get totally loaded to freak out. I appreciate that. I don't know if my wife would appreciate that, but many returns don't really tell you why. And Emerson, a couple weeks ago, we did our first trivia on the channel. He ended up winning the trivia, and he ended up getting, which he sent me a thing really thanking me for. He got one of the Rod J BeerVentures steins that I sent to him. So he really enjoyed that. He grabbed a quick beer and he put some beer into it, sent me a picture of it. So
there you go.
I'm glad you actually enjoyed it. So when I do the trivia, it does pay to play. So I need to get another one put together here. So, but that was a fun one that we did there. So
what about for the people that come in last place?
I get you a magnet, freezer magnet. But of course, thank you there, Emerson, for dropping that. So I gotta give you the love as well for that one there.
Woo! 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 Ow! Love that money.
So thank you very much, my friends. You can never have too much Ricky Bobby. That's my motto for life. You can never
it didn't come in on my side. I couldn't hear it.
You didn't hear it? Could you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it must be Todd's audio.
Probably. It's always me.
This was Apple products, man.
Okay. All right.
And he said, "Love it, Rod. Awesome pride." Yeah, it was awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it and everything like that. And I'm going to be doing some more stuff like that too. So definitely stay tuned to the channel. Vanessa's in the house. Cheers, Vanessa. Todd actually had a beer he thought you would actually enjoy there as well.
Saw it or not, but here you go.
Yeah, Vanessa. So Todd broke out the Dragon's Milk. I did see another Dragon's Milk today that I think was done at the end of the year for the beginning of this year, but it didn't say like the series 1 or whatever, but it was like a chocolate something brownie something, I think.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I thought I saw one the other day too. It was a red ale.
No, it wasn't a red one, but
I think that was what that one was. I saw a picture of. I was like, "Ooh, a red ale." I was like, "Okay."
I'll have to try to see. I had to try to see which one that actually was. And thank you for the happy birthday.
I could be wrong, but
Rod Kendall says hello.
Hello, Kendall.
Rod says hello, Kendall.
Kendall's my youngest fan in the world. Sitting there playing Modern Warfare. Hi, Rod.
Yeah.
Oh, the reserve tastes wonderful. Exactly, Vanessa. Got PA Brew News. Paul
Vanessa.
out. Yeah, we'll
Oh,
definitely
shoot.
get you up here, Paul. You're home. We'll get you
Paul.
in, homie. Paul's usually down there working, so if he's around, I'll get a thing shot over to him. There goes Paul.
there goes
Haven't
the
had-
neighborhood.
Haven't had Paul in a while, so it'd be great to catch up with him. And he's been he revitalized stuff he's doing with the painting, which is awesome to see. So he's got the great. If you guys haven't seen Paul do the painting on his painting channels, he does some fantastic artwork. I mean, he's definitely more of the high ABV death metal Bob Ross type, but he does get it done.
That'd be cool to have him on here while he's doing painting.
He may put you in the pit, but he'll give you a nice picture to look at.
He does some nice work. That's for sure.
But he's up here. He's actually close to me now because he's up in PA, and at some point we'll get a chance to meet as well. But he's been actually Paul's been going, I think, longer than I have. I think Paul might be 10 years, I think, on YouTube doing stuff, which is still shocking. Like his numbers should be higher than what they're at as well. It's just weird when you see some of the numbers on some of the people, and you see people with such high quality stuff that may have numbers lower than people that have lower quality stuff that have numbers higher. And it's just like, is it just like a fan type thing? Like we were voting for a prom king queen type thing. It's just a popularity type thing rather than.
What I don't understand within the beer community is the fact there's so many channels that all they do is review beer, and a lot of the backstory behind either news stuff that happens in the beer community, or even backgrounds on some of the beer styles and some of the grains and stuff like that can be used to make the beers. A lot of them will just take and do the beer review itself, and they'll take and give tasting notes and smelling notes. But then that's the end. That's the whole thing of it. And it's like we're not really. So that's one of the things. A lot of like you, I know you do it.
Mm-hmm.
I know Paul does it. Like there's a couple of y'all that just don't have the amount of subscribers that y'all should have, and y'all give way more info. It's like, what the hell's up with this?
Well, I know we could have a long discussion about the short-term memory and of the American people and stuff too. It's just like it's all like, okay, what's over here? Well, what's that over there now? Like, so you only got a little amount of time on some. So some have kind of probably positioned themselves for that and everything. I mean, when you actually break down to review a beer, if you're actually breaking it down to do it like as a judging type thing, you're going to look at the appearance, you're going to look at the taste, you're going to look at the mouthfeel, flavor, and the overall capacity of the beer, how it delivers. I mean, so there's ways you can rate it out that way, but I think maybe for the average person, they may not hang in as long, but those that are definitely interested in beer probably will. So it's a matter of what you want to put out there. Do you want to play to the quick and easy crowd, or you want to put out there something that might be more educational, instructional, that other people may enjoy, but also get some knowledge out of? So it's all how you want to position it. And I got good comments out of people that like it the way that I position it, because I actually do give them a little bit more detail, a little bit more substance. And, you know, it's a balancing act on how you want to do it.
Hey, Rod, did you get many subscribers from your shorts?
I'd have to look at my count to see how many pick up. I get views on the shorts sometimes, depending on what I put out there. It's funny. I put a short of just like, you know, showing a video from what's in the cooler, and I would get like a ton of people to view on that and everything. But I'll put a short out on something that might be what I would think would be more instructional to kind of hook somebody into something, and it may not go as far. So it depends. But I'll get some shorts that'll pop up time again on stuff.
I was going to say the reason why I asked that is, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Are those just like a minute long videos or?
Yeah, a minute or less. They got to be 60 seconds or less for those, and they're good for getting eyes on your channel. Is you have to be really. It's kind of like if I was going to say like social media is now the shorts are kind of like Twitter. You only have a certain amount of time, so you got to say what you're going to say and hook people in, and then go to the next thing. Versus Facebook, where people like to ramble. So it's finding the right stuff, but there's different things. Like some people like when I do the shorts of the different beers I have. People seem to really like unboxing type stuff when I do the unboxing type things to see what kind of beers and stuff that are out there. It's all about, I guess how you set it up and what you position for. When I did it's funny, when I went to the beer fest in October or September, I cut out shorts of each little beer that I was tasting. And some of them had a few thousand and some only had like 50. So it just depended on what was getting picked up. It was weird. It's just however the algorithm was liking you, I guess.
Well, one of the reasons why I asked is everybody that makes content that you need to, and it's something I've started doing a little bit more, make a concerted effort once, 2-3 times a week to either clip something out or do something completely that's not a long form video. Don't even have to take and tie in. You could do a short little quick review as a short. 80% of all videos that are viewed on phones on mobile devices at this point are shorts from YouTube. Last year, shorts took and were viewed as many times as long form. This year, they're going to completely eclipse it. So your short form is going to take and play into actually growing any part of YouTube that you're on.
Which actually makes sense because so many people now are ingrained into the TikTok or the Reels. So YouTube is capitalizing on that. But I know we had talked before about you got a video, cut a short out of it of a point, and then you can put in the description to see the full video. Click this link here, and you can reroute them back into to give them more. But pick out that most interesting point of your video as part of that short, and then send people back into the full video. But shout out to Paul in the house, my homie from PA. What is going on, brother?
What's up, Paul?
Great to have
How you doing? I got a lot of videos of something that's really short, but that's different. That's on my OnlyFans. Completely different. But
Of course.
He is right. He has I'll go. I was actually told to do this more often by my lady. Then when we go to like breweries, like I would throw a couple shorts up, and one would just take off. The other ones would get 20, 30, and the other one get 1,400 for some reason. But that's something that should happen more and more frequently. I should make sure I every time make a concerted effort to do that when I go to the breweries and stuff and do little short videos. But shorts, it fits that TikTok world where everybody has this kind of low attention rate now, so you got to keep going. I think kind of fits into that too. So the degradation of society kind of shoehorns itself right into there. But hey, whatever. If I get 5 reviews, it's more than I usually get. I'm good.
But now we got the government trying to shut off TikTok, so we'll see. That would be interesting to see how they actually do that there. They were talking about they already took it out of federal workers. If you're a federal worker, where you can't have equipment. So
TikTok and Snapchat.
Yeah.
I got a beer bill today.
Ooh, so nice goose.
I got a Berkeley County. Yeah, I got a beer bill today, which I don't ever get, which is super awesome, and it has a lot of founder stuff I've never seen before. A lot of founder stuff that's like aged. I got a 20 higher matter from Dogfish Head. Sorry about the glare, but it's like 17%, and I've never seen this before. It's a golden ale with chocolate and sour cherries at 17%, so it's very sessionable. That's good.
Wow.
And some 6-point stuff. So yeah, nice. Basically, I'm going to. Yeah, but I'm going to start off with a lighter beer here. This was only 14, so no Goose Island action. I took a vacation. So
Yeah. As long as you don't do the F word. As long as you don't do the F word on here.
That one 2022.
What was that?
What year was the Bourbon County?
2021.
2021.
2021. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually, I'm gonna crack one of these open. Those Boulevards s'mores. They're super tasty.
Oh yeah, from Boulevard. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're really good.
God, I haven't had anything from them in a long time.
I just saw something.
Usually, I'm not a really big Boulevard fan, but that they knocked that one right out of the park.
That was always a big one that Tom always likes, Boulevard.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see here. Vanessa said PA's paintings are nice. Yeah, Paul does great work with the brush. And like I said, his channel should be easily bigger than what it is. But
I just started my own personal painting with PA, so it's a dedicated channel just to the paintings. And at 50 subscribers, I'm going to do another free giveaway. I'm at 38 right now, so as soon as I hit 50, I'll do another free giveaway. So
Nice.
There you go.
probably after that, every 100, I'll do a free giveaway.
Nice.
So is that different?
Nice.
Is that different than one you had before?
It's the same kind of thing. It's just it's on its own segregated channel now, because one thing I noticed is I think a lot of people didn't want to see beer reviews and the horror movies and the paintings. You know what I mean? Like some people were into that, and then some people were like, you know, I can't subscribe because I don't care about beer or this or that, or I don't want to see a painting channel, that kind of thing. So I kind of threw one to the side there. I don't know what the fuck happened, and I don't know what algorithm I pissed off but my one time-lapse video got into people's suggested videos for some reason, and 1,000 some views, and I was like, I'll take it. I mean, I don't know what I did right or wrong, but I'll take it.
It works.
It works, man.
Yeah.
But like just like you said, the TikTok mentality, that's why I do the time-lapse now, because it's quick. You can just see it quick.
Yeah, doing stuff like that and curtailing it down. Like I said, just like the shorts, having that little bit in there, it kind of fits in. But to Wayne, now say get Wayne in. So how long have you been doing your channel now? And like, what do you like picking up that you're seeing, like with YouTube, anything that you wanted to talk about?
Me?
I've been doing
Wayne.
No, Wayne.
Okay.
Thank God.
Okay. So I've been doing the YouTube thing for, it's been a little bit over 2 years now. Started in November of 2020. I don't know. I do it more for fun. So, you know, it's all over the place. I've been averaging probably about 20, 25 views a video. A couple weeks ago, I had a couple hit for over 100. I had a short hit for about 1,400, but
nice.
there's no rhyme or reason behind it. Doesn't matter if I edit all sorts of special effects in there or hardly any at all. Text, no text. It's just fun. You know, it's hard for me to say, really. But
you're still finding your way there.
Yeah. You know, unfortunately, I don't put a lot of information in mine like you do, Rod. I just crack a beer, drink it, and tell you what I think about it. So,
yeah, but at the same point,
it's
all personality and stuff too. Mm-hmm. You know, as long as you're having fun and you're doing that comes through. I mean, I look at some of my stuff, and I probably put too much information on some of them, but some people tend to like them and stuff like that, and some are just like to see the beer, what it looks like, and kind of know, and they scoot on. So you look at like some retention time. Some of them are just up there, and some aren't. It's just like I go back, I look, I don't know what's different from this one to that one, but this one, 80% of the people stuck with it, and this one, 25% of the people stuck with it, and everything's kind of pretty much the same. So
one
it
thing
should
I
be fun.
See online.
Oh yeah.
one thing I do see on mine is I've got some videos I put out like a year and a half ago. They're still pulling down a view a day, 2 views a day, 5 views a day. You know, that are outperforming stuff that I put out recently. So that's kind of weird because the videos I put out 2 years ago to me are kind of really super awkward to me.
Maybe people like the awkwardness of it, though. Just never know. Let me see here. Let's see. Vanessa says she was actually collecting. She's always building something, collecting ashwood for leather campaign chairs. And hopefully the deck will be done. Was it the deck Vanessa was doing that? Vanessa finished the deck. She was doing the woodburn stuff. I'm trying to think, Todd. Do you remember the last project?
I've got so many things going on.
She's got so many things that she's doing. She's basically making a camp for when stuff goes bad. We all have a place to crash, so which I appreciate.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
I'm not leaving. I'm just going to stay in Vanessa's backyard the whole time. She has everything you could possibly want.
I think that's me and Erica's bug out plan too. There's llamas up the road.
She's
so
ready
Erica
for the
can do
pit whip. That's all I need.
She'd be like, "You want to come in the house? No, we're good out here. This got everything we need."
Keg of dragon's milk on tap.
Right. Yeah, Mal does good work there at the breweries for sure. She does a lot of videos out there. Now she's at the breweries working, so she even has that insight there. Big Daddy's in the house. Cheers, happy birthday! He's got the Yingling Hershey's Porter. Dude had a trunk load of Yingling when he made that run. So again, he's one of the guys in Illinois where they can't get Yingling, but they chose Kansas over Illinois. Oh. Quality Source Spectre early in my career. So we lost Paul there for a second. I think he was kind of getting a little hung up there. Hey, Wayne from Vanessa.
Where'd he go?
Hey, Vanessa.
Let's see. Happy birthday, Rod. It's another day, my man. I'm currently sipping an L. Smith Speedway Double Fudge. That's a good one. I love the Speedway beers from L. Smith, and I would love to try it out. I'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, no kidding.
That would be one I would definitely enjoy, I'm sure. Do more projects, your brain will stop that shortest attention span garbage. Yeah, if you stay busy, but a lot of people, they're staying busy on the couch with potato chips and dip. So
I feel attacked on that for some reason. No.
That's how Jerry Springer got so big, you know. It's just like everybody was on their couches with potato chips and dip watching them. You don't burn many calories.
Sorry about that.
Jerry. Yeah, I saw that. So you come out there, but I think it was a little bit of a hiccup there, so I figured I had to reset. So you're good.
They did it before too when I was on a thing with Craig. It said, "Oh, you're gonna join a live stream? The fuck you are!" And oof, I went away. I'm like, "Okay, never mind. Sorry." Yeah, I have that backcountry crappy internet. So there you go.
Gilbert said, "Going to Scotch Fruit as well, son." He's got the Lindor's Lowland single malt bourbon sherry and wine barrique matures.
Nice.
Yeah, Gilbert's got a good whiskey collection.
I have to find that one.
Yeah,
because I've gotten into scotches since I've started doing the reactions to the UK stuff, and I used to love bourbon, but my lord, some of these scotches are just, oh my god, so good.
What's the most interesting thing you think you found out about Scotch?
There's just so many. There's so many distilleries in one country. It's crazy, and the fact that they taste different by region. It's like it's because of the water and the different malts and stuff like that they use and the way they process the malts. Like the Islas, you can definitely tell an Isla when you get a hold of it because they smoke the peat. You know, they smoke the malt with the peat, and it adds like this iodine and medicinal, like rubber. I don't even know how to take and put it. It's such a weird flavor that's juxtaposed against like green apple and caramel and saltiness. But then you take and get something that's like from the lowlands or something like that, and it's fruit and it's just bright and it's wild, the difference in the same whiskey category that you can get. Whereas bourbon, you're going to take and get the same basic flavors. You're going to take and get some vanilla, brown sugar, maybe a little bit of molasses. You're going to get the wood flavor from the barrel itself. You're going to get more than likely some cherry. It just depends on how it comes through and maybe how long it's been how long it's been actually aged to depend on what strength of each of those flavors that you're going to take and get and how complex they come through. This is a whole different ballgame as far as that's concerned.
Nice.
Well, that's the other thing is too, because of where it is, Kentucky, the terroir, the landscape, the environment, the rain, the soil, it doesn't change as crazy as every district of Scotland does have its own little change and taste and thing. That's why like a Speyside will taste completely different than an Islay with those kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with me, when I found out that they basically, when they make scotch, they use bourbon barrels, that kind of surprised me there when I saw them talking about that before, because I just didn't ever acquaint or really think they were using, they were waiting for bourbon barrels, like, you know, where I was in Kentucky, you know, where they do a lot of bourbon and they send it over like the barrel. I was like, wow, I didn't know Scotland, when they make scotch, they use bourbon barrels for the holding of the alcohol, which is pretty cool.
That's one thing I can say I've not really gotten into or really drank much of is scotch. I don't really know anything much about it. As far as like EB, what you just said, like I didn't realize there was so much different variations to it. I assume there probably was, but I didn't know offhand. I've never done them, you know.
I stopped drinking hard liquor for a while, and then I did collect a nice little array of liquors again. A little bit over the top back in the day, if you know what I mean. And then the problem was I was starting to do these hangouts at night when I was on day shift, which is a bad idea. And then I would drink a half a bottle of something in a one live stream and wake up not feeling so good. So I decided to give all my hard liquor away, but I definitely have an appreciation for them. But the problem is sometimes it's easy to kind of go a little overboard. Yeah, I'll tell you, Scotch is something that I could take my time with.
Oh, we lost Paul there.
Todd is crazy. The Islay scotches, like this Talisker Storm, it's got a little bit of a different flavor than the 12. I think it's a 10-year Talisker. But I take and go to my cabinet, and the Ardbeg, which is also from the same region, has a completely different flavor, as does the Lagavulin. And if I get a Lefroy, that's got a different flavor. And if you take and go get the Brook Lottie, they don't even smoke their peat, but it doesn't taste not like none of the rest of them that don't take and have it smoked. It's wild.
So on a pricing scale, as far as scotch compared to like bourbons,
scotch is way more expensive. You got to take and get some of the top tier bourbons to even like this was like $50, and I can take and get a pretty decent Maker's Mark. That's not the bottom shelf Maker's Mark for $50.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely a price.
Have you had Whistle Pig?
No. Is that good?
No.
Whistle Pig is not.
I don't know if it's good. It's $75 here, which I thought was like, what the fuck? That was like one of those moments.
I mean, if Eric pops up from Mont Muser, I think he's had Whistle Pig, and I think he may have had some pretty good comments about it and some of the other guys.
But to his point, that's what I spend on a fine scotch, not a bourbon. So I just thought, I was like, what the fuck is this with the bourbon? Like, what the hell is going on?
Well, you have some of the upper scotches like that, and you realize, oh, that's why Dealers is so cheap compared to the rest of them. It's like, yeah, okay. So that's really on the lower shelf compared to where stuff is up here. So, yeah.
I tell you what, if you drink Irish whiskey, do not go for Jameson. Go for like Redbreast, or go for Bushmills, or go for the Teeling, or
you like
not Teeling. What's that? I can't remember the name of it. It goes Green Spot. Like those are so much more flavorful. Like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. I got Bry in the house. Cheers, Bry.
What up, Bry?
Are you working right now? Bry usually works at night. I believe our nights, his mornings. So yeah. Let's see here. Vanessa started hers back. She started hers back. I think she said 9 years old when she had began her master's in the math degree program. Vanessa should have a math channel because she knows all kinds of stuff with math. That'll be a perfect fit. Scratch and sniff screen to smell the beers. If you can come up with that, that's going to make you a lot of money because a lot of people scratch up their computer screens for sure. Yeah.
Right.
Kitty, I'll tell you this right now. Never scratch my screen. Ever.
Nobody
Paul,
wants the video.
Scratch the screen, I don't think.
Don't.
Nobody wants to scratch Paul.
No, don't scratch me. Oh wow! What's that on your chin? I don't know. Now I got an STD. That
yes.
Boom.
So she is still working on the patio there. So they got the mud mixer and coming. She keeps herself busy. Where she goes up after the patio finish. The pear bogs that harvest the peat have far more than peat buried in those regions.
Peat bogs. Yeah, peat bogs.
All whiskey is tasty, but Scott is special, especially smoky. Yeah, I do like the smokiness of the Scotch.
I like an Ardbeg is amazing. Like Ardbeg 10 is just fucking great.
I don't think I've ever had smoked maple syrups.
No.
And I like maple. And I like smoking, so I'd probably put them together. I'd be okay.
All these work together are good.
Smoked maple syrup with some pancakes and some bacon. Yeah, I'd be all right, I think.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Oh, we lost Wayne there. The Scotch World used to love JD barrels. Oh, okay, really? So that was the barrels they used to do as well. Jack Daniel. What's so big is just Canadian whiskey, just rebarreled.
That makes sense. Even though it's so many goddamn barrels available.
Yeah.
Yep. Happy birthday, young man. Thank you. Thank you for calling me young. So
young sir.
We're always as young as we want to be, right? So it's kind of like
yeah, I'm only 90. I'm really young.
Yeah.
I feel 90 years old, so we're good.
I feel like if Gene Simmons decided to go death metal and grow a beard out, that would be Paul right there.
Yeah. I have tongued a lot of holes, so there you go. We're good. there's Ron. Hi,
I see the new ladies keeping you calm nowadays.
That's right.
Ish. Calm-ish.
No more. She'll never see this, or I'll delete this somehow.
Yeah.
I'll light my phone on fire.
Yeah. She'd be like, "Who was that I saw on there? That wasn't me."
That wasn't me. It wasn't. I wasn't even there. It wasn't me. I was dead at the time.
Scratch and sniff and end up tied in the basement. Oh, that'd be Paul's house.
That's it. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. He gets it. Ding, 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 ding.
Would be a need to get the rag with the chemicals. The person knocked themselves out already.
In the back, guys. Yeah, absolutely. I can't believe I'm going on 11 years. That's fucking.
That's
stupid.
what I said. That's what I was trying to remember. I can remember it was 10, but 11 years you've been on your channel there.
11 years coming up.
Yeah. Dang. But we lost to Wayne.
Well, I mean, honestly, I'm at a milestone right 880.
Yeah.
What's up, Blake?
What's up, homie?
Blake.
What's going on, fam? How y'all doing?
Doing all right. The bottom row now has the makings of a band for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. He's the lead singer, and I'm the guy who loads the equipment, man. Shit. Happy birthday, Rod.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Man, what's it feel like to be 22?
Well, you gave me a year older than Todd.
Damn, I was
okay.
gonna say
it's all right. You already moved me up.
See, you and Ty been doing it so long, he gets his time confused, you know.
That's true. COVID ruined all the time frame, you know.
Yeah. Now to the point I get like my wife's asking me what I want for my birthday. I was like, I really don't want anything. And she kept at it. It was like, up to the point now, it's just like
beer.
I just want to chill. Beer. Just want to chill, have some peace and quiet. Like birthday becomes another day, but just kind of more of a day where you just want to be yourself and relax. And just not to do anything or worry about or think about anything, right? So that's where I'm at this stage. I don't know if you guys have gotten there yet or you're on the way there, but that's
brother, the way the gas bill going up, I'm like that.
I'll tell you what.
Blowjob and
this is the first time I actually said what. Good. Oh fuck yeah!
So Rod, is it early?
I'm at the point now where people say, "What do you want for your birthday?" I'm actually saying another one. I want to reach the next one, which is the good part. I wasn't like that before, so now it's like, fuck, I hit 41. Let's keep going.
Hey, you know, yeah.
Let's-
What were you gonna say, Todd?
I said, is that really any different than any other day for you, or
Yeah, I mean, there's. I mean,
A six pack and a blowjob all day.
I think that's a part of every guy's program, like every plan there. Usually, there's a steak involved as well, but yeah.
But it's in the refrigerator.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, it's just like I'm not big on going out to eat. Like we're gonna get dinner somewhere. You want to do there? Like I just kind of want to chill, sit back, relax, put my feet up.
Still won't try a roast beef sandwich.
Look how long it took
8 years, homie. 8 years, bro.
Look how long it took me to get to fried bologna. So I mean, took a while. I don't know what was more surprising. How bad it actually wasn't getting to the fried bologna or getting to sausage and gravy. I think the sausage and gravy was the one that was more surprising for me how good that actually was because I only had that the first time.
That is fucking fantastic. Well. I mean, you never had whoa. Are we never had? I just assumed it was choppy vagina looking things. But are you talking about a real roast beef sandwich?
Paul,
because I say.
You didn't have to eat none of that stuff. I guess.
Not roast beef sandwich. Sausage and gravy. Sausage and gravy. I never had the sausage and gravy until a few years ago.
And did it?
I don't do the biscuit though. I can't do that.
It was good. It was good to be. I mean, it was better than I thought. I think it was, like I said, between that and getting to the fried bologna sandwich, I think the sausage, biscuit, and gravy was better. That was more of a surprise.
Oh no, yeah. Oh god, I ate fried bologna growing up because we didn't have anything else. No, my god, if I had fucking sausage gravy, I'd be eating the shit out of that.
Oh yeah, likewise.
I'm a big. I mean, I like chipped beef though. Chipped beef and gravy. I like that. Sometimes I don't want. If that over toast or home fries, that's good.
Even though when I had the fried bologna, Guy Fieri B said I did too much with it. I told EB when I put it on, he's like, "No, man, that's just too much."
Right? Yes.
Yeah, just some mustard, the bread and that bologna. That's all you need.
That's literally all you need. Yeah.
Let's tell you what we do.
He still went bougie with his shit. Like what?
What? There's no doctor in that fried bologna. What are you doing?
I mean, the fried hot dog, you look for hot dog type toppings, right? So, I mean, I try to spice it up.
Look. I'm going to take offense to that as a Southerner. Bologna and hot dogs are completely different from each other.
That's right.
I agree with you.
Right.
Yeah. Well, at least I didn't try to pass, sweet tea because I know you'd have been going crazy on that. Like, because I know you've had the sweet tea in the north, and it's nothing like the sweet tea in the south.
No. Because
my grandfather was from Mississippi.
See, in the north, y'all try to live to be like 100. Down here, we call it diabetes in a cup. There's nothing wrong with 3 cups of sugar in an 8-ounce glass of sweet tea.
I ordered sweet tea up there in Philadelphia at the airport at it was a Ruby Tuesdays. They give me a cold glass of tea and a little packet of sugar, and I'm like, what good is this shit going to do? Because it's not going to dissolve.
How is this going to mix?
Yeah, exactly. And then during the 1 day of boot camp, they're like, all right, we're going to let y'all go into the one town over. Y'all can explore a little bit before y'all take and graduate next week. Again, I made the mistake of ordering sweet tea.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
You can find some places in the north.
They got their Irish coffee right, though.
Irish coffee.
Yeah.
Well, you had Irish contingent that came through the north too, but you have some places that are soul food places in the north that'll do sweet tea, right? But you just gotta find it over there and stuff too.
Yeah, if I make sweet tea, most people won't drink it because it's too damn sweet. What's wrong with a pound in a fucking quart?
Yeah.
Pound of sugar? What's wrong? And I'm just saying. Well, my grandfather made sweet tea. He made sweet fucking tea. It was no joke. And it was good. I loved it. I drank it growing up all the time. And I have all my teeth. They're still here. You know what I mean? We're good. It's fine. Blood sugar good, normal.
Yep.
No,
Yeah,
it's actually probably healthy.
And let's be honest, who really knows if we want to live that last 10 minutes or not? I mean, what if I'm being chased by a bear on cocaine? You know, odds are I'll be like, you know what? I gotta have that other glass of sweet tea.
Really, we know
exactly.
it can happen. We know it can happen. So,
Well, that was someone said that about smoking. He goes, it only takes the last 10 years off your life off, and that's all those weird soiling yourself drooly years anyway. So who cares? And I'm like, well,
you really would take half an hour to walk to the bathroom? I don't think you do. You know, so.
I can't get food. Like, I'm certainly not bad.
It's like you can't even chew anymore. They got to put it in through a tube. Do you really want to be there for that? I
Yeah.
don't think you do.
You want to be there? Just have another cigarette and have some sweet tea. Damn it, live your life.
Right?
Yeah. Tell Wolford Brimley, get off my lawn.
Did I tell you about those Vanessas beers that I just had, Ron? Those the ones from Pure. There was in Gettysburg. There's a brewing company called Four Score. You know, 4 score and 7 years. That one. And I got two. It's on the channel right now. Track 1 and track 2. It makes it look like the Beatles, but it put Beatus, and then it made Wilford Brimley look different Beatles. And it was cheesecake and banana and chocolate and all this stuff into these imperial stouts. But the one, I mean, they were both good, and it's probably the best banana I've ever had in a beer ever. Like it ever. It was the best banana ever. But the one was like just chunky, it looked like you just mixed up a cheesecake and dumped it in a beer. However, it was absolutely fantastic. It was some like macadamia nut cheesecake donut. And I'm like, what is happening right now? And I looked at the camera, I'm like, this beer is not in. What is happening right now? Because to me, all beer, like this to me, this Spring County brand stout is about as thin as water to me. But it's like I'm chewing this beer and I think I like it. So let's go. But yeah, the Beatus beers are good. So when you're in the Gettysburg area again, check out Full Score.
Okay,
that's on your trap.
I wonder if we get some of that kind of down some of our places. Yeah, maybe. It was good. It was really good. I was surprised. It's a new brewing company. So many brewing companies have opened, probably in your area too, all of you guys, since COVID kind of came and went. Like everything went breweries everywhere. It's crazy. Yeah. Well, I did that one on the Rusty Rail Lester, and I agree with I saw your comment. I don't know if I replied to it or not, but yeah, I like a bigger Doppelbock. But it was tasty enough. The Rusty Rail.
It was tasty. I would consider that a great box. Yeah. Like if that was a box, I think it'd be on point. For a double box, bit thin, bit light. Yeah. Yeah. Cheers, Brandon. Thanks for the happy birthday as well, my friend. Brandon, what's up, bro? Birthday shots. Well, only EB has the whiskey right now, so he'd have to be the one taking the shots for us.
I got no liquor.
I do sipping stuff. I don't drink all that often anymore. I do more smoking than anything these days.
I tell you guys my aggression on Modern Warfare 2. Here in just a couple of hours, I'm going to have my 25-round fire-breathing shotgun, and I can't wait.
I'm off tomorrow, so I might be on for a bit after this.
Oh, this is going to be fun. What's up, little kid talking shit? Bam, got him.
Got him. You're talking about the cannon shotgun?
That new one they got.
Yeah, the cannon shotgun, the one that sounds like a fucking cannon going off every time you pull the trigger.
Fully automatic, 25 rounds in the bag. You can fire
God dang.
Yeah, I got that one. I don't have the 25 clip one yet, but I have that one there too.
I've never played that.
Oh, I thought you played it on the handheld. Would you play it?
I played COD mobile. I played COD mobile. Yeah, and now that I'm like comfortable in my new job, now I'm starting to log back in at night, and it feels good getting those nukes. You know what I mean? Oh, friendly nuke comes. I'm the fucking man. There it is. It's the only thing I'm good at in life. God damn it, I'm doing it. Headshot.
You wouldn't want me on your team, man. Rod all the time. He's like, "Whoa, Blake, whoa, what? That's me. Oh shit, my bad." He turned around. He go back.
our videos are more about commentary than gameplay, I think. So
Yeah, we've
So-
gotten a couple wins here with this new one, but yeah, it's definitely more commentary and banter than anything.
Well, I'm just glad
Yeah.
I'm back on it because I mean I hate to say this ashamedly, I've spent some money on that game. It's nice that I'm playing it again because it's just one of those ones where I was like, ooh, look at that lady in that outfit. I got to buy her. There you go. Boom, done. It's just one of those things.
I do know they're probably getting some of my money on the 21st because they're dropping
Oh, yeah.
Shredder as a playable operator.
Yeah, that's what everybody's talking about today.
Are
was
you
the Shredder-
serious?
Shredder
Really?
thing. Yeah, Shredder's coming to Call of Duty.
Oh, nice.
That's
Yeah.
There'll be some other skin I can wear and not win shit. Great.
When the gaming, so on one of the gaming channels last night, it's on my Facebook page, as well as on my gaming channel, Rod J Gaming. We actually did brackets because it's bracket time for basketball. So we did brackets and we did categories of classic, sports, fighting, and what was the other one? Modern games that we did. Now we couldn't get all the games in there, so there were some that weren't on there. Might have been a little bit more newer, but we went through a system of the ones that were out there that were ranked and kind of stuff. In the top 16 that got the best scores went into the brackets. Great video, great showdown, great matches, and I don't want to ruin everybody, but overall, I was happy with the winner in the end because that was what I spend the most time on. So. But it was fun. We had some really
you picked them Razorbacks, didn't you? Oh man,
video games. What are you talking about? No, sports teams.
We had some really good debates. It's funny, we had one bracket where it came down to Mario versus Sonic, which was not set up to be that way, but they ended up facing off, which is the whole Nintendo versus Sega Genesis.
I swear to God, if Mario didn't win.
And then we had like the Pac-Man, we had Miss Pac-Man, we had Galaga, Spy Hunter, but then we had like some of the more modern type stuff, Resident Evil and things like that. So it was really a fun thing, but it just made you think of how many different games came out all those years. And the first video game system, Atari, it was actually September 1977, so just over 45 years ago when they started putting consoles in people's houses. And going from the 2600, to where we're at now is just incredible to see because now we got the VRs that are out there now too. So that's the next wave.
I still got the original Atari. My dad bought it. I got it upstairs in a box. I'll probably never take it out again. And I got Pong, dude.
Don't get rid of it because those things are worth some. They're worth some money now.
I was gonna say, yeah, for sure.
To this day, there's no game.
My dad had that thing there.
Mm-hmm.
You ever have that what was it? That video, that football game where he just spun around because it vibrated the whole time. He never went anywhere. He just
Oh yeah. That was the metal.
My dad still has that.
I got one. I got one upstairs.
I don't know anybody that's ever finished a full game on that. It's like, okay, let's go get a
No,
sandwich.
because you just get pissed because you're just spinning in a circle.
Try to throw it past that little sponge.
Hey, Rod,
thing.
I got something I could probably find for you. I just had one of these, and I know the glare. I'm sorry, but that's a ship. It's called Shipwreck. It's from Cunningham Brewing Company. It's their 10-year anniversary beer. I know it's your birthday, so if I could try to go and score one of these, I can give it to you. Shipwreck from Cunningham Brewing Company. I saw you put me on full screen because I'm a sexy little beast. And it's a Cunningham Brewing Company from Cunningham, Pennsylvania, stout aged cognac barrels at a very sessionable 18.5 alcohol by the volume.
Oh, yeah.
And it comes with a resealable cork because this is the funny thing. Is she's like, make sure you don't drink it all in one shot. There's a resealable cork. And I said, you don't know me, do you? So it was one of those things. So this didn't last very long, but it was tasty for what it was. So let's see if I can score you one.
It's like I'm listening to my older brother. Don't even look alike. This is crazy. I'd have done the same thing. All right, cool.
Yeah. I was like, I said, you say don't drink it at one time. I was like, but Todd's talking, but Todd's Mr. Oh, what is this? Okay, I'll drink it. I'll keep.
My daughter come in, so I was talking to her.
Todd's like, oh, I'll drink this. I'll keep drinking it. I'll keep drinking it. I'll keep drinking it. And the guy's like, where's that? So I'll go, what was it? Oh, was it Utopia or something? I just drank the whole bottle.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But I still have the bottle to prove it. You know what I mean? Like, I should get that for
It is a
I'm
little
gonna
thing
say
under
what
my
you
name.
think,
It says there
yeah.
10% or it's non-alcoholic.
Exactly, Paul. Exactly.
There you go.
Oh, what is that one? Let me see.
Let's see. I didn't realize. I thought they were all variants, but this is the original.
Oh, Listerman. Oh, very nice.
That's Listerman. That's a cool label.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
12%. So there you go, Paul. Right up your alley.
Oh yeah, good time.
Except
Now, when
it's
you
not 500 degrees. So
when you went to Cincinnati that time, Paul, did you get Listerman at the store you went to as well? Were you
Yeah,
able to get
I
any
had
of
some
theirs?
Listerman
Yeah.
stuff there. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty
or nay.
solid.
It seems like people either
Yeah, it
really
was
like
good.
it or
it was good.
yeah. They're one of those breweries that when they first come out, I was like, yeah, they're okay. And then in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, they've been making a lot of really good stuff.
Did Rod? Did you get to the root cellar yet, or you just still being difficult?
The root cellar. You mean the one that's in Cincinnati?
Yeah.
No, I'm in Baltimore now.
Oh, I don't care. I gave you more than enough time. This bullshit.
I gotta go back in August for meetings. Maybe I can get an Uber over.
Well, probably in a month or two, I'm swinging down to Sterling, Virginia to go hit Adrot Theory. So I might have to fucking slam you up and do it. We're going.
Yeah, hang out with Greg at Greg's Beer Reviews. You can say, "Hey, let's see what's in the fridge."
Let's see what's in the fridge, baby. Let's see when they put the day. We're gonna get some gorgonzola out, some pungent cheeses. It's gonna be something beautiful.
Shotgun at 6 or Mickey's. Yeah. Oh, I haven't had Mickey's in a long time. I would do Mickey's though again. Mickey's brings back good memories.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. Hey, Mickey.
Mickey's isn't everywhere for sure. I think there's some places here to have it though. Dragon's Milk Stouts on my cellar steps though. Yeah. Dragon's Milk is never too far from Vanessa, that's for sure.
No.
6-pack of Dodol and sleep until 8 a.m. Oh, Vanessa says deep fried bologna. Y'all ever had that?
I've not deep fried it, but
deep fried bologna.
I've done it in my air fryer, which is pretty.
You done it in an air fryer?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. I'm gonna have to try that, dude.
I've never done it with the air fryer.
We always did the bologna after we because my mom used to keep all the greases on the back of the stove, and she would just slap bacon grease in there, get the bacon grease going, and then throw the bologna in. So,
I haven't done this yet, but I want to do it. Is buy like a chub or whatever they call it, bologna, and smoke it. Smoke my bologna.
I'm waiting for Paul to make a chub joke there.
And smoke bologna, yes. That's right. Yeah.
now come on now, Rob.
He said joke would be coming.
Paul's like, why are you paying for that? He gives it away for free.
Yeah, you can smoke my chub anyway.
Always available here.
Cheers, JV.
Wifey is just like Arby's without the horsey sauce. Oh, Gilbert.
Did I just get that? I just caught that. That's oh my God.
Dry beef gravy or hamburger gravy, both available. Is there a
Both
difference?
available? What time?
I've only known the white gravy, like the white gravy and the brown gravy, like chicken gravy and the beef gravy.
If I wasn't so terrified of that bullwhip she had, I'd go check it out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing drawing me in.
I've seen some people at restaurants that kind of got worried, like they'll get like, country fried steak and mashed potatoes, and the waitress will just be like, "What do you want, the brown gravy or the white gravy?" And it's just like, if you don't know what gravy to use, why am I ordering from you? Like, it's kind of like they're offended that you have to ask me which gravy to use.
I've never had that, but I've had where they said, we don't have white gravy right now, and you take brown gravy. Like, I've had that warning, folks, we don't have white gravy right now. And then I say, give me something else.
Paul, I've had that happen before. We went to this little country. It's like, get some deep fried pork chops. Like, can I get some white gravy? They're like, we don't have gravy. I'm like, and why aren't you serving this for? What are you doing?
What?
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, see, in the north, you can get like baked or like fried pork chops, and you can put like applesauce too, or baked apples.
Well, I'll tell you what, brown gravy though, like on French fries is awesome. Brown gravy on, I like brown gravy on roast beef sandwiches. Open roast beef sandwiches with brown gravy all over everything. Good.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
One of the best things I've ever eaten is they say hamburger steak, and all it is a fucking hamburger patty, but hamburger steak, fries over top of it, and brown gravy poured over every bit of it. That shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. You put it on top of your head, your tongue beat your brains out trying to get to it. I promise to
With
God.
cheese curds on it.
Was this before or after the THC kicked in?
No.
That sounds good right
I
off the
got
bat.
this at a bar in Alabama.
Yeah, no, I'm just joking. But yeah, I've had that before. It's pretty good, but
Was that,
it's not a bad comfort food afterwards, though, either. I'm just saying.
That's very true.
Well, y'all making me hungry as fuck.
no,
Man.
Which
that happens on
speaking
here
of weed,
sometimes.
one of the things I figured out once I started smoking is if I eat something, have a full belly before I smoke, I don't get the munchies. I don't know why. Now anytime I smoke and I'm not completely full, it's like I get halfway through the high and I'm like, what we got in this fucking house? And I just tear everything down. I take it, eat half of everything in the cabinets, and I'll pass the hell out. And the wife's pissed off at me when I wake up.
So you wake up the next day and you're like, shit, didn't we just go to the grocery store?
Yeah.
Where's
What
my
the
chips
fuck?
at, daggone it? Where's my chips?
Why is the Wonder Bread on top of the ceiling fan?
Gosh. No.
That girl brought over these American, like those individual wrapped pieces of cheese, and I said, if you don't take right now, they will end up here when I die and the house gets fucking torn down. I will never eat individual wrapped pieces of cheeses in my life ever again. Not again, sir. No, sir.
It took a number of years to start questioning. Like, wait a minute. So you got cheese, but then you get the individual wrap, and it says cheese product. Like,
Cheese product.
So it's not.
It
It's not
is.
actual cheese.
Yeah.
So how many years have I been eating this product? I have no idea that's inside my system right now.
Hey, that's why I don't say shit about tuna, man. I used to be like, man, tuna is so good. I got one every day from Subway. 10 years later, well, we lied to you, man. The tuna you've been eating at Subway ain't really tuna fish. And I'm like, what is it then? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I think they said it's like the main ingredient in floor mats.
That was the bread.
Bread, it was something like that. Like, oh man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Just because I pound down a pound of cheddar and expel something in a thing that's foil wrapped or sealed, I can't call it cheese. Stop this. This is not okay. Do not do this to me.
I feel like the floor mat would account for the sponginess in the Subway bread, though.
I thought it's what made me mentally off in the head, but never mind.
Do not do this.
To make that shit on the shingle if they saw me come into the dining halls.
Yeah.
I know a lot of military friends that they talk about the shit on the shingle actually being something they like.
Oh, I love
Which
it.
was like,
I
it was
absolutely.
like chip beef, I believe it was.
Yeah, I love it. I'll tell you what, I go up to the mountains to this place called Fur, Fin, and Feather in the middle of fucking nowhere. I mean, it's an hour and a half from where I live, and I live in the middle. And you get this thing called Frank's Mess. It is just chipped beef and gravy all over these home fries, and everything's cooked way too damn much. And I should be bitching, but it's amazing. It's one of those kind of deals. It's just one of those things. And it's like $5 for a big damn plate of it. Can't beat it.
You say it's called Frank's Mess?
Frank's Mess. Frank messed all over this thing. It's disgusting. And it's
I was thinking, are you sure?
that's what it's called, damn it. I didn't fucking name it.
Hey, Frank, can I get some more of your sauce from that mess you made?
Oh, that's dirty. Look at you being dirty.
Alcoholic donuts?
I'm ashamed of you, Rod.
You know what? Is it possible? Can you cook alcohol into the food? Because usually alcohol dissipates.
No, because you cook alcohol out of the food, don't you?
Well, the
Usually-
alcohol gets cooked out. Usually, all right. I don't think you can hold it if you cook it,
Yeah, but what about a
Mhm.
rum cake?
but you don't get drunk
Well,
off the
that's
rum
just-
cake.
Yeah.
Shit, you ain't never tried Granny's. Granny has
It is.
Dude,
Let's say
sorry.
it's basically.
I ain't lying. Okay. Anyway. I've had a
Okay,
little
we're all
bit-
going to Blake's for Christmas. Get some of this rum cake.
Hey, come on. Wait. Hey, Granny's still alive. She'll do it.
Granny wasn't playing.
She just recently got divorced at 83. I'm tired of him. You what?
All I heard was there's a single woman on the town. Let's go.
He's slowing me down. I'm ready to go. Damn. It's hard for me to get out of bed on the morning when it rains.
Judge said I can't just put them in the ground.
Oh Lord.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Oh man, Palestine interwebs is buffering heavy.
By the way, I know nobody cares, but tonight, sobriety sucks, but I'm having to do it for health reasons. I'm having Maxwell House wake
There
up.
you
brew.
go. There you
Remember
go.
the last time I was on this show? History lesson, kiddies. Last time I was on Rod's show, we did a one of the beer reviews. I wasn't drinking beer, but Rod let me up anyway. I had vodka and water.
You're right.
Remember
Yeah.
this? Remember this?
Yeah.
And all y'all are swishing around. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm swishing my water and everything around, sniffing everything. And I sniffed it, and I said, somebody said, "What does it smell like?" And Rod said, "Death." Oh, hazelnuts dripping off the Appalachian Mountains or some shit. That was the last time. I'm gonna go get another cup. I'll be right back, boys.
All right. I can go. With
I don't know why
the
they shot through my brain. Sorry.
That's what it's all about. All the good times. The Doppelbock should be at least 8%. I can go with that.
I agree. Well, no, 8.5 was.
My first beer review on YouTube was actually, I'm trying to think, was it from Spain? The beer that I actually did.
What did
It
you do?
was. Let me take a look here. Trying to think of the name.
Was it a dogfish?
No, it was it was a Maybach. It was the Hios de Rivero 1906 Reserva Especial. Yeah. And I ended up getting it because it's the home of the Rod J deal. So I ended up, that was like one of the first Rod J deals. It was a case of beer at my store for $12.99. Case of beer, $12.99.
I've been there.
All right. And then I said, all right, let's go ahead and check this baby out. And I looked at it, 8% ABV. It looks like it should be okay, whatever. Took it home, and that was the first one I did, and really enjoyed it. Spain, I haven't had much more of the Spanish type beers, but that one was really a nice one to actually enjoy.
I got that.
Got some feedback from somewhere. I don't know if that was Blake's or somebody got TV.
It was like music or something playing.
Yeah, music or something.
Oh my God, my kid.
I got I do have a new Rod J review deal for you. I was over up in the mountains again, and I got a case of the Heather Ale, the Frock Heather Ale from Williams Brothers, and a case of I can't even say the damn word, Montage or whatever, sour ale from Belgium. And the first one was he looked at it and saw the dust on top, and he goes, "Just take it out to the car and let me know what you got." I'm like, okay. I took it out for free. And the other one, I actually paid less for 2 cases and 2 6-packs than my girlfriend paid for two 6-packs of beer that was new. She paid $34. I paid $32 for 2 cases and 2 4-packs.
I think you came out winning on that one.
I said, "This is why I keep coming back, man. He just loves me. I don't know what it is. He even discounts the shit that I buy that's new." He's like I bought a 3-pack of one of those Firestone Walkers. It was 26. He goes, I gave it to you for 17. Is that okay? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's good. Thank you. Like,
No,
it's
I want
like,
to
this
pay.
is like
I want to pay
$28.
the regular price. I want to pay the regular amount.
I will never say no. It's not. No, you should do less. No, it's fucking fine.
Just be careful. He might have a pit himself, and you might be.
You know what? I will go into his dungeon and I will get the auto trader. I will be okay with that. Where's my auto trader? Yeah.
Paul's like,
no,
I'm
everything's
not
good.
coming out. No,
No,
that's
I'm,
awesome.
as long as he keeps giving me this beer, I'm good.
Yeah. They got the Atari system in 1980. I can't remember when I got mine. I think mine was 78, I believe. I think it was the next year because that first year it came out. I can remember as a kid, the stores were crazy with people. It was like Cabbage Patch styles. People were beating everybody up.
Yeah, no, they were
Yeah, no,
nuts.
it was crazy. Yeah, so I
Well, the funniest thing is, I found out like there was this house we went to. This friends of the family. They had this massive fucking TV with this goddamn Atari system, and we're like, "Whoa, they must be bumping." You know what I mean? I got this fucking big ass TV and this and that. No, they just never paid for anything. It all went away like the month we like right after we left. The TV got It's like, oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, but yeah, but it's like technology we've never seen before. When we went to see these people with these TVs and like these flashy lights on the bottom and Ataris, it was nuts. It was crazy. I mean, I didn't even get a Nintendo until like 5 or 6 years after a Nintendo was released. But at the same time, we went to all my friends' houses and played theirs.
Yeah. We had a friend that had a Commodore 64. We used to all go to his house. So
it's
like, why y'all get it? One has it. It's like the whole crew. It's like fucking Little Rascals. One has it. We all have it. You know.
Exactly. We share. Remember sharing? That's the thing.
Yeah. My dad got the.
That's when we used to go outside as kids. Kids today don't go outside. So
no. Unless there's like some Pokemon thing in the middle of the road and a car hits them or something, that's crazy. But
I could imagine being a kid and you're there with your buddy right next to you and you're texting on the phone. Like, why the hell are you texting when the person's right there next to you?
I remember when my cousin got the
ColecoVision?
ColecoVision was big, yeah. Let me see. Thanks, JV. Well, you're up now. You took a nap, but you're awake, so you got the link if you want to jump up for a bit.
Cheers, JV.
Yeah.
JV, awesome channel. I'm gonna get on one of his music things here at some point.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
I think they're all half crazy with the choices that they make, but it's still fun.
Please do.
Is it still Beatles and the Queen again? The Beatles and Queen?
No, last go around, some of the choices. Oh, AC/DC. Every song of AC/DC's sounds the same. Granted, it's good fun for a moment, but they're not great songs.
They're all 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
I
always thought that was funny. He had so many drums around him and so many cymbals. He never fucking used ever. Ever. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's all about the look. If I had 40 guitars right beside my neck right here and I only played the keyboard, man, would you be pissed off? Would that just piss somebody off?
I'll tell you what, they found the that kind of equation that worked, that theory that they found it, they used it, they exploited it, it worked, great for them. But at the same time, like my mom told me, goes, AC/DC is my favorite band. Way to aim low. And she's like, got all pissed off at me.
Low.
I mean, let's get serious.
They were the first rock band I liked as a kid growing up. When the Back and Black album.
Because it's got a recipe. It's got that again. It works. It connects with people.
I mean, especially if you're like in the gym working out. It's the riffs working out in the gym. They pump you up if you're listening to that.
Sir, I don't know what working out is.
Yeah, I said it. Both those and Harmony's better than AC/DC.
Now, when I go to the gym, I whip out a little good TLC. I don't go chasing waterfalls. I chase weights. I make it happen. God damn it.
I don't think you want to play Real Life Special in the gym. That's all I'm saying. I don't think you want to break that out. Just saying.
Want to do something really scary?
Start doing Real Life Special. You got some people worried.
Word.
I just put the app on and started doing Dancing Queen in the middle of the thing. I'll be good.
Castlevania. Yeah, see, Castlevania wasn't one of the games that we actually talked about. It wasn't one that came up, but it's so hard because there's so many games that
That's
were
your
out there.
game.
But that could have been a game that could have been mentioned in the class. We're gonna do it again next year or something. But
The one game y'all missed,
Castlevania 2 where it randomly turns day to night.
y'all didn't do Double Dribble. Double Dribble's what?
Double Dribble was a thought, but it was the sports games we had. It didn't actually would have made the cut there. I don't think because we had so many different sports games. There were sports games that didn't make the cut. We had like one.
Did you do Mutant League football?
That did not. No, we didn't do that one.
No,
we had
that's
Madden,
a good game.
but against the other ones, NBA Jam and NFL,
Oh, you did the more popular.
NFL Blitz and some of the other sports games we had. It was going to be tough for that one to make it.
I miss Blitz so bad, dude. I miss Blitz.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But well, I think you watched some of the video. So it's like Art on there. He like arcade games, and his man room is like all different arcade games. Like he's got a sweet.
Wow. Dang,
Yeah.
Yeah. Mutant League football actually had a TV show and shit. We used to get pogs of Mutant League pogs and shit. Yeah, we used to get Playboy pogs and Mutant League football pogs and shit like that. Back when pogs were like the thing, before Pokemon cards. And but yeah, Mutant League football was really cool. And actually, when you did like the long bomb, it was a real long bomb. It would blow up everybody where like it landed and stuff. It was crazy.
I'm surprised Pogs haven't made a comeback because they were huge there for like a year or so, year and a half or almost. Yeah, it was just everywhere you went, you had packs of Pogs everywhere.
Oh yeah, the Pong pack where it looks like your mom would keep her vibrator or something like that. There's a full Pong. Yeah, crazy ass shit. They were
remember
expensive,
the 30s?
I think like the cases were like $5.
Yeah.
Remember the what, Blake?
The Furbies, the government, they wouldn't even let them in the government buildings because they could like hear things and what? That was a different time.
It's like Teddy Ruxpin on crack.
I'm not lying. The first time I saw caller ID, I thought I had died. This is the coolest thing ever invented, ever. You know?
Yeah. Just think, as a society, at what point we used to call the phone company to ask what time it was.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's what people would do. We actually had someone pay.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was not happy. I was not happy when some motherfucker star 69 me, and I was like, "Hello? Did you just fucking call me? No, shit." Click. Yeah, I was not okay with that. We thought we were the jerky boys. No, we were just the jerk off boys because we fucked that up hardcore.
That changed the prank game. What are you gonna call you back?
Mm-hmm. Fuckers calling you back. That's not okay. We weren't okay with that.
I've asked these kids around here, I'm like, have y'all never used a payphone before? And they're like, oh, that thing you put the library books in, like get one, put it back in, rent out. No, gosh, no.
Have you ever seen?
If y'all ever want a good laugh, no joke, folks. You ever want a good laugh? Type in "kids react to," and then they do rotary phone.
Oh, rotary
That's
phone.
what
I've seen that. Yeah.
You ever seen those videos? It's so funny. They're like, they have no clue how to dial.
They could tell their wrist lock from a wristwatch. They had no idea.
Oh, it's funny you said that because that's exactly what I was going to say. It's like those videos are hilarious.
Hey, brother, great minds think alike. You're in.
My grandmother had a rotary phone.
Mine too. Yeah.
Still has one? Is that
wish I had one now.
No, she is dead.
No, because then when you make the wrong number, you got to hold the thing down, start all over.
And you still had to dial one, motherfucker. So 1. We were 717 back in the day. Now we're 570. I'd get fucked up all the time, and I'd have to do it over and over again.
That'd be the worst.
Remember, when you needed a number back in the day, you had to call the operator. Like it wasn't a Google, it wasn't like that, or you call operator.
Oh, yeah, that's what Lassie shirt. Yeah. Hey, Marianne, Timmy's in the well again. Yeah, I know he's an idiot. Bye.
Well, that's a little older because that's when you call people would actually answer. But you would. Well, that was when you talk about when you operate and place your call to someone
Right.
versus calling the operator saying, "I don't know the number to the local grocery store or something like that." And they would give it to you, but things have changed.
I wonder if you can still call the banks and ask for time and temperature.
Give it a call.
You know what? I'm just about tempted to actually call my bank right now and be like, "What's the time and temperature?" You know,
We'd have to call Hawaii at this time.
You're right.
Vanessa says she had the 2600. She gave it to her coworker when she left for Alaska back in '87.
right.
Those 2600s are worth some money. I don't even know where mine is now. One time I don't even know what I did with it. I don't know if somebody gave it away or how it got thrown away when I got something else or however. But yeah, white gravy literally takes seconds to make. Salisbury steak, son. I haven't had Salisbury steak in a while.
That sounds
Never liked
good.
it.
Yeah, chicken fried steak and gravy.
No, that's good. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kind and wine, you're doing fine, but beer than grass, and that's your ass. That's pretty good.
JT, cheers, brother.
Who was I watching? It was Snoop on an interview. He was talking about, you could put like 50 people in a room. They all hate each other. And you give them like a joint, and they have a couple joints in there. By the time they're all done, they're sharing information. They're being all good friends with that.
Oh yeah.
You put in there like one alcoholic drink, and somebody's getting shot.
Happy birthday, Rod.
Thank you.
It is.
He's like, you put in one glass of alcohol, somebody's getting shot in that group. He's like, nobody's gonna kill over some weed.
Well, you've heard the old saying: give five guys a beer and they'll start a fight. Give 5 guys a joint and they'll start a band. There's always been something like that.
Yeah.
That's how I've always heard it. But,
Let's just say, Subway's tuna fish tested mostly negative for actual tuna fish.
yeah, I know, sugar. That's why I don't tell nobody what to eat no more. Ugh.
Beef, dry beef. It's like, she used to be health department. She used to shut some restaurants down back in the day. Add the alcohol after cooking the donuts. So that's Granny's recipe.
That's Granny's secret.
There you go. That's what she did.
The myth has been busted.
Yeah. You tell her we know how she's doing it now. We all want a cake sent this holiday season.
She's like that bus driver around here. He's fighting for his life now. He took all the kids home drinking and driving. And his defense is he's like, y'all don't understand. I took you kids to school. I was bored. I went to a bowling alley. I had a bunch of beer. I drank. Then I drove.
Then I drove.
Great.
I tell you
drink
what,
drive. Then I drove.
Gilbert says Subway tuna is a tossed dolphin from the nest. I think he meant nets, but then I'm like, well, maybe that dolphin got passed around before they got rid of it too.
Poor Flipper.
There's no telling with Gilbert which way he's actually going on things. Anybody that reads his Facebook feeds know this.
putting the kids to bed around here is kind of like trying to wrangle the chickens in the yard. Don't always work that well.
Is it easier now with school getting them back in? Because I know when school's out, you guys are like all over the place.
No, it's because they never want to go to bed ever.
Yeah.
Granted, they actually do go to sleep, but no, they still don't like going to bed.
No. Oh, we were kids. We didn't like to go to bed either, I guess. We tried to stay up late.
Sleeping is one of my top 5 things to do every day now.
Now, yeah.
Well, once you,
that was the biggest thing. Yeah, my dad opening the door at like 1 a.m, angry because we kept him up because he could hear us. Not a good time. Not a good time.
So those magical words. If I have to come in there one more time,
right.
I will whip the living fuck out of you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Not good.
I got the whole "don't make me come in there." That meant shut the fuck up. Because if you didn't, if they come in there, you get a paddle or a belt. There was no "don't make me come back."
yeah.
I got the middle end of a fly swatter.
Oh,
Yeah.
They call it abuse or whatever. Hey, I was a hard-headed young man. I know it's hard to believe. But
It's
I
different
told my
now.
kids
It's
today
different.
They're soft as baby shit. I said, we take and spoil the shit out of y'all. I said, if I talk to y'all or talk back to my mama the way y'all will talk back to us sometimes, I wouldn't have no damn hell. I'd be lucky to be alive. My mom would come after me like she was Joe Louis.
I was gonna say,
some teeth.
Well, the kids today, they're like DX. They're like, I got 3 letters for you. C T S. We didn't have that back in the day.
No joke. My mom bet metal. It was metal ladles. She would get ladles and just bend them around our asses. And bam, had a whole goddamn kitchenette supply of ladles. Just whap, whip them around us. You know,
Moms and dads were one thing, but let's face it, the worst were the grandmothers, because the grandmothers made you go pick your
my
own
grandmother
weapon.
would never do anything to us. Like that's the weirdest thing. It's like we
Well,
were
my
angels
grandmother-
at one point. I saw my grandmother get in so much fights with my parents just because we talked. She would talk back or do something like, "Yeah," and then they really get angry because they would walk away. I'm like, "Ha, I'm still an angel."
There were times they would protect you against their own kids, but when you messed up and your parents weren't around, it was like, I want you to walk out there and get a switch and bring it back in.
Yeah,
My grandmother
it was
wasn't like that.
my
great
grandfather
grandmother was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had to get the right switch, because if it was the wrong switch and they had to go get it, it was going to be that much worse. And they would actually have a routine where they would go out and get it. They would flex it, check the whip appeal to it before they came back. Yeah.
See, y'all are lucky, man. My granny, she just told me, okay, fine, I just won't cook for you. Oh, no, because my granny always cook. Mama, God bless her, she can't boil water to this day. To this day, Mama still can't boil water. It just it passed. Now, if you want a shot, that's who you call. She'll give you the best damn shot you ever had.
Well, Shannon was just here, Brandon. She put her head in for a second.
I heard that when I went to weekly.
See, if we had Craig here, then Shannon would be here, no problem.
Right.
But she hears Craig's
Sorry,
accent.
I have to take full. I'm sorry. What are you giving me this shit, Rod?
Over 100 government funded free beer for everyone. I like that. We're going to put you on the ballot.
There you go, right?
I vote for you.
You have to get all the Republicans out before that happens. They don't want to give anything out free.
That ain't no shit.
I saw Lindsey Graham out there talking today. Apparently, we're going to go into Mexico and try to get some stuff rattled up after that whole situation happened, which to find out they went down there for a tummy tuck, which would have been cheaper than getting a tummy tuck in the States, but it's just crazy, that whole situation.
But you don't
one of the guys didn't even want to go because he was afraid of cartels.
You don't get those kind of localized infections, so you don't get the real experience. You know what I mean? Like that's why you know.
True.
You have to go down there so you get the whole idea of it, the whole sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, like a tummy tuck in Mexico is the same thing like an Islay Scotch. You got to get that local feel. You know what I mean? There you go.
The local flavor. There you go.
Oh, see, JV Vanessa chatted. What was that? Kiss or AC/DC? JV said to JT.
AC/DC. I hate Kiss.
The thuggish, ruggish bowl.
I like the song Unholy and I like the song War Machine. Other than that, Kiss can suck a dick all day long. Fuck Kiss.
So Paul has his moments when he'll choose AC/DC.
Those are fighting words on some channels.
Well, yeah, well, that's where I'm fucking, well, here we go. That's right. Don't hit me in my face. I'm too pretty.
I want to retire too, JV.
That's rule one of fighting. Never fight anybody who's ugly. They have nothing to lose, you know?
Well, that's like the people that
nothing to lose.
When you're driving and the people that got some of the dinged up cars that don't even get into anything with them because they don't care.
They're doing it. Yeah, absolutely. My biggest thing is, like I said, I've never been in an actual fight before because I say shit like, don't hit me too hard, I bruise like a peach, and then people fucking laugh at me, or don't touch me, I'll just get an erection. And that's weird. So they kind of laugh it off too. So things like that. But other than that,
I'll get
don't start taking your pants off when you start to fight.
You say, I'll get it, and we'll be here for 4 hours just standing around. So you don't want to do that.
You're going to look at me, I'm going to look at you. It's going to be awkward. One of us is going to come, though. It's going to be me.
You always give it a one extra step, don't you?
Sorry, that's me. Sorry. That's not this. I do not say ideas or thoughts of this channel. Says nothing to do with the host. This is all me.
It is an older me.
It's not me. I'm just thinking, is your other half there with you now? Like she's listening. Like,
no, she's at work. She's in bed. She has to go to work, so she's not there.
The school system is just I applaud anybody working in the school system deal what you got to deal with on shit.
And Oklahoma still can't pass marijuana. See, we ain't the only idiots. World.
TurboGrafx was a system I always wanted to back in the day. They had some pretty cool games. ACDC played in a boombox. 6 of us were escorted off of Martha's Vineyard by the Massachusetts State Police, June 1980. I love how Vanessa remembers the dates. I feel like whenever she has a story like that, like I want to know more. I go playing ACDC, Martha's Vineyard. It's got to be a great story there.
We played ACDC on the juice box, but we were also drunk. We also got naked. We also got on top of the bar. But you're gonna we're just gonna not tell you about those other things. So I don't know. Maybe it is. The one guy I used to work with actually remembers when they first played, because we're in a little bit of a local area. We're not, the radio wasn't crazy back in the day, but he told me the guy who came on to play Pink Floyd for the first time apologized to everyone listening, but they said we have to play this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was a different world back in the day, you know what I mean? So depending where you were.
Well, see, the thing like Vanessa, she always has these different stories because she's definitely had a great life, but it's just like she's one of the ones. She's one of the ones that tells those stories, and it's like blah blah blah, and then everything went crazy when the midget showed up with a donkey, and it's like, whoa, what? Like, what happened?
Yeah, she's had a very colorful experience.
Did somebody say the word?
Where was the midget riding on the donkey? I would definitely say she needs to write a book.
Yeah,
right.
The memoirs.
Book.
She definitely does.
Memoirs or something. Yeah.
I mean, she was back in the 70s and 80s. She's told us before, where she was at Studio 51 when some of the crazy stuff was happening and up in New York and stuff she life and being up in Antarctica and everywhere she's went to in the world and different things. I mean, yeah, she could write a great book, Life of Vanessa, and just front to end going through that thing like, wow, just amazing.
Women's Day, let's do this. International Women's Day, let's go. Write a book. Let's woo.
Yeah.
Whenever I become a mayor one day, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write a book. It's going to say, "From the couch to the courthouse," the Blake TV story.
I thought you were going to go to the windows to the walls in there or something. That's what I was talking about.
It's only going to be about 5 chapters because I don't like to read. So.
I did say that to one of the guys at work. I said, if I wrote a book about my life in the maintenance field, it would be titled "Shut Up and Run." My life in the maintenance field. Just shut up and run the fucking machine already.
Or it could be Deliverance.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I mean,
he said,
"Pretty gums, loose buns."
Right? Oh man. I got love for ACDC. Yeah. Vanessa and JV are definitely the ACDC fans as well.
I don't hate ACDC. I'm just saying they're not as fucking fantastic, monumental as some people say they are.
Yeah, no, they're great to listen to every so often, but I can't hear songs back to back from them.
And I'm just saying both those harmonies better. No, I'm saying.
They did a pretty good. The soundtrack they did with the Stephen King movie. Who made who?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
He just called me an asshole.
Ash is a good fan. Right, you love the old movies like that. I was gonna leave from asking almost through my first 6 years of listening. party line growing up, we were banned from ever touching the phone. See, she just got the stuff she throws out there. Like, how did you get banned from touching the phone? Like,
Well, yeah, that's when everybody could fucking hear you too, though. That was the problem. Was like, you don't.
What was going on the party line at that point, right? Like,
yeah, the early swinger movement.
They got the wrong kernel. Yeah, they do bring the bagpipes. Easy's 90s phone free. Call 411 from a phone booth. Ask for a number that you know has to be passed for one couldn't differentiate a home from booth. Free. It might not have been the brightest. Hey, Dave, what is up? Cheers, my friend.
Hey, Dave. Cheers, brother.
Friends from overseas as well.
I'm going going over to the Isle of Man so I can hang out with Dave.
Oh, my God, JT. I've seen that video. So this lady got stopped by the police officer, and the cop was like, well, let me see your driver's license. And say, I don't have to show you my driver's license. He's like, you don't have to show me your driver's license. I don't have to show you my driver's license. Like, she wouldn't give it up. He's like, you're driving the car. He's like, I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
Yep. I think it's all this is this misinformed sovereign citizen bullshit.
It is a sovereign thing. Yeah,
it's all crap. And they all go to jail or at the end of it because it's all bullshit.
They're just like one step. Those Jesus Christ! They're the First Amendment auditors that just took one step over the line, past the insanity, and that's what they become, the sovereign citizens. I don't like. Sorry, you're not. You do the laws of the land do apply to you, whether you like it or not. Shut up. Just put the silver bracelets on them. Take them because they're crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Well, that's like he's going through asking her questions. He's like, you never licensed. He's like, well, I had one in Mississippi. So why do you think you had that? It was Mississippi, but I don't need it now. I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
I mean, is that wrong, really, right?
It's all about semantics with them.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, just see some just sovereign, and then the Native Americans are looking like, what? You're sovereign?
What? Yeah.
Oh, good luck with that. Yeah. Nowadays, I don't sleep for days. Yeah, because Vanessa does go through the insomnia patches. Hopefully, you're getting better.
I sleep all day, every day.
Blackthorn. All day, every day, because you work at night.
Pretty much.
The JTI slurp you. See, you never forgot Auntie Elaine chasing us around with a smoking wooden spoon. She just heated up over the stove, wine bottle and toe. Ooh, she went to the extra level there with the smoking wooden spoon. I've had the wooden spoon before, but I never had a smoking.
Not with a wine bottle.
Well, I think the wine bottle was for I think that was for Auntie, but I think the spoon was for the kids she was chasing.
When this bottle's empty, you're fucked.
I feel like that would have been a good Lucille Ball skit.
The dark side of Lucy.
Chasing little Ricky. Get over here. Taking a swig of wine.
You got to Ricky.
2x4 is like the dimensional lumber of today from Dad. Yeah. My great grandma would just slap you across your face. 0 time for a switch, son. If they were fast enough with the hands, my mom slapped me one time. It was like I felt like she had a third hand when she got me. Like I did not see it coming. It's like, you get that slap and you're trying to count off everything that was possibly could have happened. There's like Chris Tucker in Rush Hour. Okay, which one of you kicked me?
Which one of you almost kicked me? Yeah. I just saw that. The little blooper when Jackie Chan went, cheese. Yeah. Cheese? Oh, freeze. One time I was in the back. We were listening to this cassette from this band called Carnivore. Main guy from Typo Negative later. And the one line was, I love to eat pussy. And we sang it. And my mom, straight as an arrow the whole time watching the road, backhanded me, and I had no idea it was coming. And she fucking clocked it. I was sitting right in the middle of the back row. And bam! Where the fuck did that? I just saw stars and I went, I'm not singing anymore. Like, she dead straight and never took her eyes off the road and must have fucking cracked me like I just never believed. That was like, what fucking happened? A 2x4 came out of somewhere and smashed me in the face.
Did not see that coming.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah. Yeah, he's at Paul School. He just says what everybody's thinking. You know it. Yeah. Paul's like, don't worry, team. I got this answer.
I got this.
Oh, physical abuse makes me aroused. Child issues don't push me. Gilbert.
Cheers, fool.
Oh, I love the comment section. I love you guys here. It's just always fun, always awesome. I'm going to crack my nightcap, which is a 12% ABV from Dewey Beer out of Delaware. It is the marshmallow.
I've never had a Dewey beer.
Dewey's pretty solid.
Nice.
Never had it. No, that's not something that's in my local.
Really? Even out Delaware, you don't see them. Okay.
No.
I think in South Jersey, I think they get them.
Yeah. Well, we don't get most beers from Jersey either. Unfortunately, we get a lot of fucking people from Jersey, but not beers.
So
Damn it.
You are in the woods, so.
I am, yeah. Well, that's all right. I kind of like it here. And one of those things is we don't get a lot of beers that you can find other places. But I travel. We travel. We find. We do. We do the best we can.
Did you make it to Beer Palooza last year?
What was that?
I remember.
No, I was sick because Joe just got over his surgery. I wasn't going to go because he was sick. Because I was sick, rather.
Were you going to say Todd? I think it was Todd.
No, I didn't say anything. I said, do what you got to do, is what I said. But
do what you got to do. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how much damn rum I need to buy to put in a cake.
A fifth.
That's the only thing I'm thinking about right now. If I can't drink alcohol, nobody said I couldn't eat it. You know.
Well, you gotta tell Granny I need your
recipe. No, right. Yeah.
She's gotta pass it along at some point.
I don't know, dude. Granny now since she's single, all of a sudden, I don't know if she got time for me at 83. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's sad, man. There's a little 83-year-old woman out there, brother, getting more play than I am. Hey, that's sad.
Oh, that's tough, you know.
Well, Blake, you got to step out of the house to get any kind of play, homie.
Apparently,
pass the stop sign.
I mean, I'm sure you look good for the backside, just long hair, big ass. You'll be fine.
The bear can only do so much.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
So much.
Get your OnlyFans going, baby. You got this. Shake that shit.
What was the chances?
It's a new world out there. I got right now I got a 2000, what the fuck is this? 2017 Flounders Brewing Company. And this is their FBS of the Flounders Brewing Company. So we're good.
We don't do any founders.
It smells like this.
No
Flounders. I said flounder. Flounders. God damn it. I don't drink that shit. I'm drinking Flounders. Fuckers.
I'm drinking Folgers.
No, you're drinking Maxwell House. You told me.
Oh, that's right. Damn, I am. Shit, my bad.
Jesus Christ, you can't even remember what you said, and I'm drunk.
What was that?
Damn, Blake, what else you got in there besides that?
Yeah, what else you got?
You need to join the Patreon account. I'll tell you all about it on the Patreon account.
Oh, I like it. I like it. It's pretty good. Now I'll tell you what. If you were drinking Black Silk from Folgers, I'll be like, yeah, now we're talking. But no, you're drinking Maxwell House, which is always too thin a week, no matter how much you put in.
But it sure is cheap.
I like that though. I like that.
Maxwell House was something in your cup, right? Like, what was their little jingle type thing they had?
What was that? Maxwell House, we suck, or something like that.
Is it
Maxwell House ain't shit.
What was that?
It was something like that.
Sometimes I question why I ask some questions on here.
Don't worry, there's never a dumb question, just a dumb response, and that's why I'm here.
JT's Nightcap is his favorite beer, Dovetail Vienna Style Lager. Yeah, so I don't know if I mentioned last week or not, JT, but I actually going to be in Chicago for work in June. So I know I talked to Mal. We're going to try to get some people together, try to maybe do some stuff when I'm there. I got to go to conferences most of the days, but I'm coming in on a Tuesday where I'll be free that night. So maybe to try to connect and do something with some beers up there. Good stuff in Chicago. Good beers.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to bring
What's
an
that,
extra
Rod?
bag. I'm going to need 2 bags to bring back from Chicago in June. I'm going to be up in
June.
Chicago.
Okay. I just got to get permission, if you know what I mean. I got to ask permission all of a sudden. Never had to do that before. That's new.
That's new.
He said, "Hey, babe, I'm rolling. You good with that? Cool."
No. Mic drop.
I don't know what happened. I
Right.
came back and she was gone. It didn't
By the
work.
way, you won't see me for a while. Deal with it.
Like, it must have been something in your enunciation. She should have understood.
I don't know, something in there I missed.
Did you
It's
use the
funny
right
how we have to
emphasis?
take in to ask permission for stuff, but we get voluntold by them that we're gonna be doing shit. So
Oh no, yeah, we got like, oh, by the way, just deal with this. Okay, cool, but I gotta ask permission. No, I get it. That's exactly what happens.
I
Not
forget-
me, baby. Not
forget-
me, baby.
I
Not
forget
are you
we-
just complaining about getting no play though? Like
Yeah.
you can't have your
Whoa,
cake. and
whoa,
eat
whoa,
it
whoa.
too.
There's a big difference between play and stay. Big difference between play and stay. You know, if she comes in with a
No,
toothbrush,
it's called pump and dump.
hey, well, you know
Well,
what?
There was
Yeah, go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
Oh no! I was just thinking like there was a comedian. I can't remember which one it was. He was talking about when the women go out. It's kind of like, hey, I'm going to do a girls' night with so and so, and the guys are like, oh, that's cool. You know, let me know if you need me to pick you up or whatever. Blah blah blah, whatever. But then when the guys want to go out, it's like, hey, I'm going out with the boys. Well, oh, really? Okay, where are you going? Who you going with?
How long you gonna be
What's their
gone?
name? What time you
Yeah.
going? Yeah, it's just like the whole thing is red.
I'm gonna go play COD, bitch. Leave me alone.
They just
It's
trying
like-
to figure it out, man.
What's
They
the-
go
what's
to-
D&D.
What's the number? Did you have a number for the other person I can call just in case anything? I need to reach you. But
Yeah,
it's
just in
like,
case you don't answer,
like
what's
your
going on?
parents, you're going to a sleepover or some
It's like-
shit.
it's like, never mind. I'm just going to stay here.
On second thought.
Well, the other thing you find out, like, if there's a woman there, even though it's someone's wife, it's still a fucking threat. So you're like, oh, now, oh no, oh, that's a big fucking deal. Like, oh, it's someone else's wife. What the fuck? They're there too.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
It's like that old joke. She said, "Baby, I shaved down there." You know what that means? He said, "Yeah, the damn sink is clogged."
Well, it's like I remember like watching like some of the guys on the bikes that be riding through like during the guys' weekend or whatever, and there'd always be the one guy that had a chick with him. It's like, oh, that's the one in the group. Okay, like he couldn't go with the guys by himself. He had to bring his old lady there. There's always one that has that woman with him. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what? I think that's unfortunately going to be me from now on. So,
Oh,
yay!
no. Oh no!
Yeah,
But I wonder,
I'm the
is the other-
third
is-
sock block.
like, did the other women contact that woman to make sure everything's legit so they don't have to come out there for anything? Like, I wonder if she's like the one they sacrifice to have to go as well, too. It's kind of like, it's your
Right.
turn. It's your turn to be the
They're like,
spy
"You're
and
the
babysit.
newbie."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm hopefully going to have one more adventure single before I tie the knot. I didn't tie the knot yet, so I'm going to use that for every fucking ounce I can get. I was like, look, I just want to go to England one more time. Just fucking calm the fuck down, and hopefully we'll make it out. We'll see. Because I didn't do shit in England last time. I plan on not doing shit again, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So you moving to England, right? Roundabout that way.
I wouldn't mind tearing up a Cropster dirt box at least once or twice, if you know what I mean. But other than that, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man.
Hashtag only. But other than that, we're good.
Yeah. I do need to get to England at some point. That's definitely on the agenda. But
I
see, she's
really-
cool. She already knows I know Craig and all them over there. So she's just like, I know when you get over there, you're going to want to hang out and do beer. So I was like, yeah. So she's like, she's cool with that. She just wants us to be somewhere where it might be like a beach or something like that, or somewhere where she can just relax and chill. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Compromise.
Yeah.
I was hoping I was going to try to go to the Isle of Man, and then see more of England afterwards, but I was wanting to go during the TT, and I was like, I might take and do this separately. I might take and go see the UK, and then go to the Isle of Man and take and be there for the TT.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If I go to the Isle of Man, I'm gonna do it as separate.
Yeah.
It's so much. I can't believe it's so much to see at the same time. I couldn't ever expect to do a week in England and do Isle of Man too. It's just too much.
Well, it's funny because you think about how
I did over a week in Manchester, and it was less. I barely saw shit around Manchester in 9 days. It's fucking stupid.
It's funny because you think about like England. And you look at it size-wise compared to us. So yeah, you're in America. You have all those other things. England's small, but there's so much stuff, and it's bigger than you actually think it actually is going to be. Yeah.
Well, not only that, there's so much history to take and see. Just even little the towns and stuff like that. You could probably spend a week in a bunch of the towns and probably stay there for a year and still not see everything.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's a little place called Marston I was in. I could have got a bed and breakfast or whatever, and happily, in like a Tolkien vibe, like that J.R.R. Tolkien vibe, happily spent a leisurely month in Marston alone, going to the local bakery, going to the local brewery, writing notes in a book, looking over the creek that runs through there by the law. I mean, like, it was that serene that I could have did that for a month at least without a problem. That's how cool it is, depending on where you go.
And now I got a vision of Paul with the pipe as he's writing his journal.
Yeah, I'm just smoking there, writing crazy, disgusting fan fiction with elves by the creek.
Oh shit!
I mean,
I didn't know a halfway could do that.
I don't know. Has anyone ever wrote the cock ring of Sauron before? But it's happening now.
I'd love to take, if I could get away with it, I would go over there and stay long enough where I could take and be there for not only the TT race, but also be there for like the Aether Ball game that happens. Cheese rolling. There's a spot over there. They do nettle eating, the stinging nettle eating. I don't know if I'd partake.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to at least witness. They've got the Coswald Olympics where they do stuff like shin kicking and shit like there's so much shit over there. I'd love to take and I'd have to move. I would have to legit move.
I have to find out when they do the stinging nettle eating because I eat the wood nettle here. I eat it up to about like maybe late April, early May, like that area, because the stinging nettle is actually pretty supple and it's actually a good like medicinal thing too, and it goes really well in teas and stuff. So I eat all the wood nettle and stinging nettle in my area, but I don't eat it past a certain point because then it gets really abrasive and stuff. So maybe it's a test of strength. I'm not really sure. So, but like the Isle of Man is just awesome, and I forgot, like you said, they do the big bike race all around the island and stuff too. So it's definitely worth a go.
That would be something.
I'm still trying to find. They're trying to go to like Nantucket. I would like to hit Nantucket too. And at first, when I thought about Nantucket, I was like, "Oh, I'll go to Nantucket. And I'll go to Massachusetts and then Kentucky, or not Kentucky, but Connecticut, and then Rhode Island." And I was like, "Are you serious? Like, you won't see anything if you do all of that shit in 1 week. You're gonna have to space
just busting
it out
from one spot to the next, right?"
Exactly. You won't even know that you were like, if you did that in a week, you wouldn't even know you're anywhere. You come home and be like, I did something. What the fuck did I do?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna try to take and go for at least 3 weeks so I can see some of the southern part of England and taking. I don't really want to spend any time in London whatsoever, other than maybe be like, oh, I've been to London. I want to take and go to Yorkshire, take and see the Dales over there.
Yes.
I want to take and go to Wales. I want to take and go up to Scotland. I want to go to Northern Ireland.
Alan, what would be more scarier, riding in a side cart during the TT or chase that damn small piece of cheese down the hill? Because I tell you what,
I think I take my
either
chances
one of
in the
them.
fucking. I think I take my chances in the sidecar almost. Just
I
because
might.
that cheese rolling that hill, it don't look that steep, but I seen a video where they showed, and that motherfucker is like,
Oh man, people are.
Man, you
breaking-
guys got cheese. I mean, once you go to WVU, you watch drunk freshmen rolling down the side of a cement road mountain. Nothing compares. Nothing compares to that.
Yeah.
That's like drunk freshmen just rolling down one after another because they've had too much of the keg.
I'll tell you what, if you go to Yorkshire, you got to go to Huddersfield and check out a couple breweries. I'll give you a couple breweries to check out that were amazing in Yorkshire. Definitely. It was awesome.
See, one of the things I got to do when I get there is find a couple of pubs to take and do meet greets and stuff like that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what
Yeah,
80
I'll tell you the pubs to go to, and I'll let you know the guys to get a hold of, Stuart and Rob. They will give you everything you ever know. You want to know about Yorkshire. It's absolutely amazing. Really great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
JT,
Stuart is great. The King's Head, Rat and Ratchet, the Star Inn, and the Grove are some of the main ones that are just amazing.
Yeah. Cheers, Trez.
Been there, loved it, done it, want to go again.
Yeah, Ozzy, man. Have you seen Ozzy as well? Yeah.
I have to check Ozzy's out. He does good stuff.
Not
Especially one when the tiger's chasing that little bird. He's like, "You ain't gonna catch me, you mother." That little duck goes back underneath the damn tiger's mad as hell. It's funny. Oh man.
he said
Where we
tiger.
learned this week?
It made me think of Mike Tyson when he actually bought a tiger.
And you know the scary thing.
Mike Tyson bought a tiger back in the 90s.
You know the scary thing
bought a
is that
tiger?
tiger
Mike
may not be
Tyson?
as intimidating. I'm telling you, man. Tyson, shoot, that man's almost 60 years old. There ain't enough money in the world to make me get in the ring with him right now and bang.
If you had to take a punch from Tyson or a tackle from Ray Lewis, which one would you take? You had to choose one.
I would
Okay.
take either as long as the money was okay.
You don't have good money for
I would take
hospital
Ray
coverage.
Lewis.
You take
I
a
would
Ray
take-
Lewis tackle?
I
over
would
Mike
actually,
Tyson
I think I would, because of how I've been punched in my life, I think I'd rather take a punch from Mike Tyson than a tackle. I don't know if my body can handle that anymore after all the times I've rolled down hills in vehicles, but I think I'd take
True,
one
that's true.
swift punch from Mike Tyson. Yeah.
I think I would take the
Yeah.
punch. I've been concussed before. So,
Do I get to pick? Do I get to pick
Goes
which
like
side of the body Ray hits me on?
Oh, it's going to be just a form tackle. So it's going to be head, chest. You're going to be just wind knocked out.
No, I can't do that anymore. I'm basically a bowl of liquefied jelly with a spine in it right now. So
he
that's
probably
not going to
hit
happen.
my hip is the reason why I couldn't. do
Here's
it.
the thing. I'm going to take Ray Lewis, and for one reason only. When Ray hits me, there's going to be two hits. Ray's going to hit me, and I'm going to hit the ground, and that's the end of it, right? Now,
Yeah.
Mike, on the other hand,
Oh, he's
Man,
going to hit you. You're going to hit the
he
ground,
may
too.
not hear that bell. You know what I mean? And he may hit me one,
Oh,
two,
yeah,
three
no,
times.
He's going to go, and I'm going to go down. That's it.
Stop.
It's only one punch. It may feel like more, but it's only one punch from Mike.
Hey,
Yeah.
what about that moment? Well, you get that punch. He's allowed one punch. He swings it, and for
I'm not
goddamn
looking forward
some
to that
reason,
moment.
your head spins around on your body a couple times, but you don't lose your footing. What
Plus
about that?
another reason-
That's stuff
Well,
to
hear me
talk
out,
about then.
Hear me out, brother. I'm 5'8". If Tyson gave me an uppercut, I've never been to a chiropractor. I might make 5'10".
There you go. I was going to say, like,
I double down on Mike now.
I remember when I was a little bit younger, the airbag went off in the car where we had a crash, and I punched myself in the face, apparently at 500 miles an hour, and I just got really mad. I couldn't see shit because I broke every bone in my fucking face, but I was really angry about it, and I walked around for a while until I fucking fell over, And the guy's like, "How do you feel?" I said, "I feel like I just got punched in the fucking. Or I just got into a fucking car accident. How do you think I feel?" And the guy mouthed off at me because he was the EMT, and I was like, "Oh, sorry about that." So I took a 500-mile-an-hour in the face punch once. I'll try it again for fun. Okay, I did one for. I didn't expect that one. I'll at least try one for fun this time. We'll see what happens. Either I die, or somebody gives me a bunch of money for getting punched in the face.
Let me see if I can pull this up here. Because we're talking about Ray Lewis or Mike Tyson, and Blake said he would take actually.
He
would take the Ray Lewis.
I would. There's only 2 hits, folks.
Mind you,
I know. I'll tell you what. I was in a wheelchair once for about since I talked to you, Rod. I was in a wheelchair for about a month and a half. I can't do a spear. I can't do it.
Rod, is that
I'm not.
Well, I'm glad you're doing okay there, brother.
Heck yeah, man.
When my back went out at work for bullshit reasons, I was in a wheelchair and I went to a walker, and I'm standing again. I'll take a punch, but I won't do a fucking spear.
Now, mind you, this wasn't even trying to take a tackle from Ray Lewis. This is just trying to block Ray Lewis.
I don't even know who Ray Lewis is.
Brick wall.
Dude, you know the sad thing is, Ray didn't hit him.
Hold on, Blake.
I hit Ray by accident. I thought I was gonna win because he didn't see me coming. I tried to hit Ray when he wasn't looking. Hey, I thought I got a good shot, but I failed. Something ain't right. On that play, when Rudy's coming, I tried to blindside Ray. He ran me over.
Did you guys get the audio?
He ran me over.
They got great bands. Yeah.
So we can talk.
So, and the sad thing is, Ray didn't hit him. He ran into Ray. So that just goes to show you, if you run into Ray Lewis, it feels
He
like
ran into
you
Ray,
ran
and Ray
into
did this
Yeah.
number. Ray just said, "Boom, get off me."
So I might take the punch from Tyson. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Like when I've been watching. You guys ever? Here's a plug, by the way. Do you guys ever watch wrestling bios on YouTube?
Yes.
Wrestling bios, reliving the war. It's reliving the war he's doing, and he's reliving every Monday of Nitro and WCW or WCW and WWF.
Yeah.
Again, I love the fact that we were young, right? Back in the day. We haven't seen something as heated as America versus Germany until the 90s, where Sega and Nintendo were going to town and we wanted blood. And then WWF and WCW were going to town Monday night and we wanted blood, God damn it. That is epic to me. But Wrestling Bios is doing the same thing. We're living the war, which is Nitro and WWF every Monday night. And every time I see a fucking Goldberg spear, I go, nope. Nope. I'll take his fucking the power slam from the I can do that, but the spear, nope, not doing it. Nope, sorry.
Nitro won that for me
Or
every
those,
Monday.
Yeah.
what was those old commercials? Terry Tate like spearing people in the office.
Oh, I was Reebok when they did the Terry Tate commercial.
Yeah. Those were
I've
good.
asked my company about having a job like that. I'm like, I'm more than happy that they were. I'm like, seriously, like, there's people we know they're not doing their job around here. I'd be more than happy to take them out.
What is that? Like, not today. Whatever.
Yeah. But talking about the wrestling that Paul brought up. So this last weekend, AMC, I guess, has the WWE bios. I was watching part of that.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff on
Jake
there. I was watching the Jake the Snake one. That's actually the one I was going to mention. And the one thing I found out that I didn't know, he actually was kind of afraid of snakes, which was interesting.
That's why.
Yeah. And then it was like him and the Undertaker match. And like how he told the Undertaker to put him on the cement was it no, it was Ricky. Was it him or Ricky Steamboat? Who was it?
Undertaker took him on the cement and then gave the tombstone to
he
Jake
told him not to
Snake.
do it. He said you'll die, or he's like no, and he like pretty much he was like
No, Jake Roberts DDT Steamboat on the floor. That's when he thought
on the floor. Yeah, no, and then Steamboat was like, I got this.
But Undertaker tombstone him because, and then Jake was like laid out or whatever, and like that was kind of a freaky type thing. But
the weirdest thing is though, I watched that back, and I was like, wow. That is the lightest tombstone I've ever seen done. Like his head was like a foot and a half away from the fucking floor. Like I watched it, I was like, "That's amazing," and I still remember the Hulkster getting fucking tombstone by the under. See I'm surprise, Undertaker was my guy. Woohoo!
Yeah,
but that was my guy. And
I take it back. It wasn't the one with Jake. It was the one with him and Mick Foley. Mick Foley told him to tombstone him on the cement.
The Hell in a Cell.
And Mick Foley made him do it on the Hell in a Cell. That's the one I was thinking of.
Well, I watched when he did it to the Hulk Hogan, and then Ric Flair, like in '92, he popped the fucking chair underneath it, and then he got the tombstone on the chair, and then Hogan kept on telling him the whole time, "You really fucked up my neck," and blah blah blah. And you rewatch it back, Hogan's head was never near that steel chair. He was perfectly fine. He was just doing Hogan bullshit. But back to the Jake the Snake thing, that was so fucked up because we all know, because of the Dark Side of the Ring now, all the horror that Jake had in his life, all the shit.
Oh, it was
terrible and horrible to deal with.
Oh, Hulk Hogan is like, you couldn't believe Hulk Hogan if his damn tongue was notarized. Hulk Hogan is the biggest liar of all time.
Hulk Hogan is the world's worst liar.
He said one time that Metallica asked him to come in and be the bass player, and they asked Lars about it. Lars was like, "Who the fuck's Hulk Hogan? I don't even know who Hulk Hogan is."
No, one of the best was, he said, Elvis Presley was one of my biggest fans when I first started, and Elvis Presley was already dead when Hulk Hogan actually made the first thing. Oh my God. Elvis was already dead before Hulk Hogan ever made one of his first things. Like, how do you lie about something that is so easily checked? He is out there. It's amazing.
But the thing is, the people bought it that follow him. That's the funny thing. Like the people that follow him. Yeah.
Hey, I bought it.
But
at one time, I thought Suburban Commando was the greatest movie of all time. I was 8. You go back and watch it now, and it's hokier than hokey.
Fact is, it was hokey at 8 too, though.
yeah.
True.
But that it's a pretty good. I have to watch a few more of those. I missed the one for DX. DX used to be my one I used to really like back in the '90s, and I ended up missing that one, but. It was interesting, and like Ricky Steamboat just turned 71. I saw a thing on Facebook, someone that posted there, and it's just like, wow, I am older. I'm not gonna say old, but I'm definitely older. But like Ricky Steamboat from back in the day, he was the one that was kind of like
71.
Yeah,
crazy.
He was one of the adversaries for Jake, but it was funny because they were it was the whole Jake the Snake documentary. They were talking about like Jake was one of those guys that went from the good guy to the bad guy to back to the good guy. And then they were talking about how hard it is to make switch on some of these roles, and he was able to do it. And, and they basically had an intervention. Diamond Dallas Page and a bunch of other guys had to intervene to get his life straight because he was really down that bad road of the alcohol and drugs and stuff. Right. It was just crazy. But
he would go wrestle in small towns only if the promoter has him some crack.
Yeah. They talk about it crack. He ended up losing his lady over it too.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. Did you hear about the one where his one daughter that still talks to him? Right before, this is an interesting story. I don't think it was actually mentioned on the thing, but I watched Jim Cornette stuff too. Jim Cornette hired him in the booking committee for one of the stories, and he said, "I'm good now. I'm good. I'm fine. I'll do that. I'll do this. Whatever." And this is literally when, in that bio, the daughter said, I was driving him back from Phoenix to all the way to like Alabama or something like that, and he did crack the whole fucking time.
Wow.
And this is in the car with the daughter, the same time period that Jim Cornette, he told Jim Cornette, I'm totally fine. I'll do your thing. I'll run your booking committee the whole time. So I like the fact that Jake the Snake, they used to call him Jake the Snake before the Snake gimmick in WWE because he was deceiving. He was the forked tongue. He had that way of like committing people to things he was lying about. Like he would just completely, deceive people. And that's why they called him Jake the Snake way before the Snake. Hey, brother, you got a snake? You like snakes here? Hey, you're Jake the Snake. Obviously the Vince McMahon shit. But this was something that, I mean, honestly, it almost seems inherent because Grizzly Smith doing all that bullshit deceived everybody else with the way he spoke about stuff and the way he had a very perverse, horrible life, but had no one to know about it because the way he was deceiving. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a weird story. And Robin Smith is actually kind of crazy because Robin is the sister of Jake the Snake, but Robin actually saved a bunch of people, I guess, out of a burning car or building or something like that at some point in time. And she's like a crazy. It's one of those like how like one spark shoots away from a fire and does something amazing. Because Robin Smith is, even though she had all that horrible stuff growing up and stuff like that, she never had some of that horribleness and was a great wrestler for a long time that people don't know about sometimes, and married Sam Houston, for example, and then also saved a bunch of people from a fire and shit like that. So you have positive stuff that maybe they don't talk about or maybe they do, and then you have negative shit too. So it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but A&E getting a hold of WWE, whether it's WWE history or real history, there's two different things. All A&E did was make money. That's all they did.
Oh yeah.
This is fucking money. The Chris Benoit, my dad just said he saw the Chris Benoit one, and he's just like, I couldn't keep my eyes off the TV the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to hear my dad shit like that because my dad never watches TV.
Yeah.
Like he's always outside doing like wood carving and having a good time doing this. He doesn't like TV because he don't like multimedia, the whole bullshit. He couldn't once he got this WWE stuff because he knew I liked it back in the 90s. He watches it now and just loves it. He just loves it.
That's what's crazy now about wrestling. They say the average fan who watches Monday Night Raw is 54 years old. Remember back in
but the problem is, I stopped watching.
Hell, and everything.
I stopped watching Raw wrestling in 2001. In 2001, wrestling became a sideshow with boobs and whatever, and women wrestling and all this stuff. It became not wrestling in 2001, and that was kind of like same thing when WWF closed. WCW was bought by WWE. 2001 was pretty much my hard cutoff. I stopped watching wrestling right then, and a lot of people stopped watching right then because if you look at the thing, we went to like 13 million viewers one night to now you look at AEW, they have 800,000. So a lot of people dropped off in that time period.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's it's a scripted storyline, and some of the stars aged, you lost a lot of the great stories because some of the newer, younger stories weren't as vibrant or fresh, right? So you had like
plus they're blatantly scripted.
You had Stone Cold leaving. You had Booker T doing everything. These other big personalities of the 90s and late 80s that really drove it up. Ric Flair was too old at that point, really, and then you get these younger people in that you'll see, and it's like Finnegan or whoever. Like, what? There's nothing behind this person. Like, who the hell is this? Like, type thing.
Yeah.
So you didn't have
apparently, Ricky Steamboat another match soon.
Steamboat is.
Yeah.
Well,
crazy.
I mean, the guy
I heard rumor about one more Steamboat match.
They brought back Flair.
I think I tell you what though. I think Ric Flair. I think he lit a fire under a lot of people's butts to go. Okay, we'll do one more. Okay, we'll do it. I think the Rock and Roll Express is going to do another fucking tag team match.
I just start to wonder if it's something when they come back that older, it's because they need the money or something.
Now I've always
Absolutely.
I always heard like you can't get out of their contracts. Like they own you for life, basically.
They pretty much.
I've heard the same type of thing. It's pretty much,
That's why like Rock comes back. Like John Cena just came back this last Monday. Like I think he has to come back a certain number of times.
Yeah,
I think the
Rock. Yeah, you see F boy Buckethead up there crying.
Woo! I know. Come on, Blake. I know that's your boy. We know it's your boy.
I tell you, with Cena, with people like Cena and The Rock, though, it's the same story you've heard millions of times where they've got millions of dollars and now they're bankrupt because they don't know how to save money.
Yeah, well, Rock ain't bankrupt. That's for sure. Rock's making a lot of good stuff.
No, but they spend it. They spend it. I got $16 million house, so I have, $500,000 a year in taxes. So I guess I'll do another one at some point in time. That shit catches up to you.
Every morning when I wake up, my alarm is set to the John Cena sucks thing, but in the 16-bit. You can check it out on YouTube. It's like the old 16-bit Super Nintendo. Yeah, that's not. Swear to God.
He was such a closet Cena.
I still remember in like '97 the Rocky die. They were just so sick of The Rock. And because they tried to push him really, really fucking hard. And then, of course, later he became The Rock. And that's, do you smell and all that shit. Yeah, she shut the fuck up and all that stuff. But at the same time, it's like, there you go. Here it is. Yeah. Push it down your throat enough, you'll accept it, no matter what it is.
He lost a lot of push people different stuff. I mean, even like Triple H does more front office stuff, right? So he was like a big pull for them for a while. And you don't have the attitude like you guys earlier. Like
he was Hunter Helmsley.
Yeah, you don't have like the DX days. You don't have like the Val Venus types. You don't have the big things that were kind of like pushing the line out. The way it is now, and I don't know.
I can't believe you used the word Val Venus as one of the big things because that's two different things right there.
You have a thing now, and I don't know. Maybe it's something with the way they have to be careful in how they do stuff with kind of the censorship type stuff. I say censorship, but kind of they're walking a line because Vince McMahon used to push that line. I mean, you'd have all kinds of slips and stuff from outfits. You'd have different words. You'd have different things out there that would.
Yeah.
It was almost like
I just watched Vince McMahon give me the finger
Brooks parody on something
like this. Yeah. In 1997 or 1998, he was given the finger on camera. Vince McMahon, you can't do that now. You can't give the finger like that, like on a camera.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. You can't push that on.
And they would just beat people if they were to say something, right? Like they would still say it, but it would like be beat for it. But it's like now they don't even beat because you can't do that as part of your script. So, with Stone
that's
Cold,
why I think
I don't think you could have Stone Cold as big now as what he was in the '90s. For him coming out there, drinking the beers and all that stuff, I think it'd be a totally different atmosphere now.
That's why I think AEW has a ground hold because they're letting the people do that. They're letting the people break that fourth wall and saying, "Fuck you and my stupid fucking booker. Go fuck yourself." The whole deal. Like they're saying that shit on live press conferences and live stuff. But at the same time, though, they're doing it so often and so blatantly that I think it's discrediting them as well.
I mean, it's an art. You can't overdo it. It's kind of like Deadwood. You can curse. You got to curse in the right way to make it an art. You can't just be dropping just the bombs out there and drop them.
Here's a prime example. Here's a prime example. Let's say you got 5 matches on the card. Everybody's waiting for the main event. All right, let's say the first match they go in there and everybody jumps through a flaming table and all this other stuff. Okay, that's great. Now, what the hell are we going to do the next 4 matches?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I haven't had a fucking wrestling talk in the fucking 20 years. This is awesome.
Oh.
Yeah. I've been talking about wrestling with a group of humans for 20 years. No, it's the
just a
same
different
thing. Yeah.
atmosphere
If you
now
light
versus
yourself
what it
on
was,
fire in
yeah.
the first match, what the hell is the other matches going to do? You're great point. Great point.
And it was a gamesmanship that was back then, right? You know, it's kind of like if Paul Orndorff went out there with Hulk Hogan and did something like that, then Superfly Snuka had to do something with Roddy Piper to make it even that much more of a
The
seller.
loss of Gage.
And then you had
Yeah.
And then the Road Warriors had to do something crazy for their match against whoever they were tag teaming.
But
So it would always be a step up. Like you were intrigued every time.
That loss of that gamesmanship is one of the reasons why I stopped watching them 15, 20 years ago.
If a
It
dude
had
falls off-
started to get that way back then, where you're seeing, because it was like you said, a lot of the bigger stars are starting to go out and everything like that, and it's like there's y'all aren't lining shit up the way you should. Like
Exactly.
y'all need new writers for y'all stuff or what? Like
if you fall off a 30-foot ladder first match, how in the shit is anybody going to top that?
Right.
And it was like it's always been about drama, but like it shouldn't be like this level of soap opera drama. I'm like, I don't watch.
No,
soaps at
yeah.
home. I'm not
They
gonna
got
watch
it to the
because
point
you're
where
wearing
like Kane was trying to like have a baby with somebody else, and a baby was supposed to be in someone else's belly of Kane's, and Kane hit her in the stomach. I'm like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. Fuck
like,
you.
Are we watching wrestling or are we watching Dallas at this point?
Yeah,
right? So
Yes,
exactly.
Hey man, Mae Young gave birth to a hand. Everybody bitch.
I do remember that too, JT, from maybe
Yes, sir,
Kaufman back in the day
JT.
against Jerry Lawler. Yeah, it was just it's just but it was funny. Like I flipped through for whatever reason this past Monday. I was flipping through channels and I saw where the John Cena part was like at 10 something, and John Cena was coming out and they were kind of talking about it. So it was kind of interesting to see. But then he was going to be coming out and there was like some young dude that was challenging some stuff. And it's just like, even if you're not a fan of John Cena like Blake is,
John's got his golden shovel.
John
Carry
Cena,
another one, boy.
John Cena was still more of a
He had more.
he was more of a pitch presence than the young guy he was supposed to be wrestling. This young guy was supposed to be like he had nothing behind him. It was like anything you wanted to root for about this guy. There was nothing like any type of bravado or anything. It was just like
What they need to do is they need to take
you're saying he's got whooped ass wrote all over him. Right?
Exactly.
What they need to do is they need to hire some writers to write the scripts for these wrestlers that played D&D growing up that know how to make a fucking backstory.
Right.
That gives you something that people are like, oh, I can get behind that, and it gives them some flair and shit like that, because that empty background of like, why should I root or why should I boo? Like, it's just another fucking match.
Yeah, and it's like John Cena's doing the one-liners against this guy, and it's like old, your mama jokes, and this guy has no idea what a your mama joke is supposed to be like because he's just like lost, and it's just like that made no sense, dude. Like, what are you even doing out here?
I'm waiting for WWE the safe spaces.
you need a good this too. Like, did you notice that everybody became the anti-hero, so no one knows who's a face, who's a heel? Everybody became the anti-hero. Like, who was supposed to boo? Who's supposed to boo? Like, are you the bad guy or the good guy? Anyway, I just became the CEO of chairs, tables, and barbed wire.
Yeah.
The fuck.
It's
It was
totally
ECW. It's not I hate Philly. We chant everything. No matter what it is, we chant it. I hate it. But at the same time,
But at least
ECW
ECW was more amped up. It was more amped up than what they were doing. At
It
least
it was that adrenaline level we needed at the time.
Yeah.
But like the guys from the South, man, the Southern wrestling, the Memphis area, the all states wrestling, the Florida wrestling, things like that, the Bill Watts areas and stuff. They've had wrestling that had meaning and depth and volume for decades now that we just have not had in this northern areas, and it's just they're kind of spoiled in that area that we haven't had a chance to get. Southern states even had a pretty good style there in Kansas City, so it's kind of interesting to see all the different style that we got kind of neglected from the last 20 years.
Maybe we should just all go back to the 90s and bring out the backyard wrestling again.
Oh, I did it for a long time, man. I had my own. You ever do that? You ever do that shit?
I've never done it, but I've seen many people backflip off the top of their little ranch roofs.
We had our own wrapped in barbed wire that we would bring to the matches that we'd beat the shit out of each other with, and it was fucking fantastic. I threw a guy through a car hood. It was awesome. It was great. Just onto the car hood, right to the back fucking windshield, or right into the windshield. It was fucking fantastic.
Are you and this guy
My
friends?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
My name was Necrosis. That's my name for the Necrosis. Forever you will rock.
That's a very fucking 90s name of any kind. Like,
absolutely. Yep. Necrosis. I was very 90s. So. Yep. Necrosis. Forever you will rock.
For those that are watching, I've never seen Backyard Wrestling from the 90s.
I did a choke slam called the Spirit Crusher, and I did a modified DDT called the Casket Drop.
Yeah. Yep. Casket Drop. Nice. That's a good name. Yeah, tackle football all the time. You know what? It's funny you mentioned that, JT, just because what was I watching? Something, and they had. Now it's all flag football for a lot of stuff. I mean, they had like kids. It was weird. I think it was the Pro Bowl weekend or whatever. They were showing kids playing flag football teams, but they had a tackle football game. It was weird. It was like some parents want their kids in flag, some want theirs in tackle, I guess. But I guess it's all the safety protocols. But I mean,
well, it's just preparing them for what the NFL will be like once they get big enough to play in it.
I guess.
Right.
I mean, I played flag football in gym class, but we played tackle when we were playing regular football. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I know what JT's talking about. We didn't call it tackle the man with the ball, though. It was something a little bit more.
Oh, we called it kill the man when we played as kids. And
we called it smear the anyways.
Yeah,
that's what it was called around here.
That was a slang term from
That's what it was called here also.
I didn't have the ball. People would tackle me.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good way to get frustrations out with people that were in the neighborhood that had been pissing you off.
Yeah.
Alan, I ain't thought about that in years.
Nope, not me anymore.
I used to truck.
I'm sorry. I had to make the joke. I'm sorry.
No.
Hey, Ryan, I bet when you used to run into people, it felt like they ran into you too. I bet you was just trucking.
Oh yeah, we played Killer Man. I would always like run over people and stuff. I mean,
would you always pick first for kickball too, or what?
Kickball. I was one of the top kids for kickball and sports, and
I didn't like about kids.
You know, when you were a kid playing sports in gym class, your goal was always to be not that one at the end of the line. Where the gym teacher is like, okay, you two to that team and you to this team. Yeah, I was never.
I was after the girl. I was big after the girl.
Either.
I never had the problem, thankfully, other than for basketball. Yeah. Basketball, I was always like second or third to last because I just could not shoot worth a shit, and I just wasn't very good at it. But I played the hell out of some football and baseball. Now I was fast as shit and could catch anything.
I couldn't do that. That was
sometimes stereotypes can work for you. So. If I was a black guy and we were playing basketball and it was all white players, I was always like one of the first pick. It was just always like, you know.
I won't Shaq. Give me Shaq.
I went to a Christian school and we were the epitome of white kids can't jump. Fuck, just white men can't jump. It was white kids can't jump because none of us were fucking dunking anything.
Shit,
except on each other with our words. Past that. It's like, how you play baseball and football so well, but you suck ass at this game? And I'm like, I don't fucking know.
It happens, bro.
That's so different because I wasn't very good at that, but I was good at volleyball.
I love volleyball.
So I should be in the sport. Yeah. I can spike the fuck out of bitches. Fuck you. Fuck you. I could do that all day long. No, fuck you. When you hit someone in the face, I can do that all day long. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I used to be not as good at football as far as catching. Like I spent a whole summer just catching footballs just to get good at it. Like as a kid, I was like, dude, in the replacements that Keanu Reeves tried to throw the ball to, and he drop it all the time. And they're just like, here's the stick him and put it on his gloves. Like you won't drop it this time.
I was good at that. I was good at that.
Yeah.
It's funny. We were playing football one time, and everybody on the other team was covered. I was like, all right, well, because you got the one kid that always takes and goes after the quarterback. And I said, well, I'm not going to rush him because if I don't get a good angle on him, he's going to get past me. Then everybody's going to get pissed at me. So I'll just play safety. I'll just take and hang out back here. And bro, he took this kid threw the ball. I took and run about 3 steps and jump and snag that thing out the air and run about 15 yards before they took me down. My brother asked me afterwards. He said, why the fuck don't you do that on the basketball court? You can fucking dunk a basketball. I said, we don't have a big enough basketball court to get the fucking running leap that I need for that shit. He said, you were standing flat-footed, it looked like. I said, no, I took 2 steps. It's like, we're playing out here with kids that are 2 inches shorter trying to be Bill Lambier out there, all right? Just fuck off.
Yeah. We had a good basketball team. I had to learn to use my speed and quickness and not mess with you big oak trees, man. Y'all ever play a game called Red Rover?
Yes.
Red Rover.
Yeah.
Send Blake TV over. And boy, Blake, he'd be hauling ass 100 miles an hour, boy. And y'all stick them big old arms out. And right here in the throat. Oh, God. Then you smack your back on the ground and a teacher come running up. Are you okay, Blake? And your glasses fly off and you're like, don't touch me. He's like, are you treating? Don't touch me. I'm in traction. Like,
traction.
I was never good at sports, man. I was okay at them, but like I never, it's like my mental capacity said, I'm not a team player. I like to play the way I like to play, or go fuck yourself. Like I'm not good
it's
at being coach. Don't tell me what the fuck to do. I'll tell you what the fuck to do. Give me the goddamn ball if you want to score. Other than that, go suck your own dick. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those things. Like I could catch, I could run, I could dunk, I could do all this. I mean, I'm a fucking gangly goddamn green bean made of shit, but I could do all those things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can't follow your rules. I'm sorry about that. Like I can't do that. I'm not really good at getting told stuff. It's just one of those things. Like I just didn't like.
Paul's out there like Waterboy drop. Paul's like Waterboy drop kicking players.
You're right.
I would
be saw him in a wrestling match.
But it's one of those things, when like someone saw that you were half decent at doing the job, they would like, it was like flag football. They would tackle you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why did you tackle me? Like, now we have to fight on the fucking court. Oh, get out. Well, fuck you. Why is this guy tackling me? You know what I mean? So it was just one of those things where the area that I was in, it was if you were good, we're going to be mean to you. So either you got stronger or you left the game. And I'm like, I have no time for this. I just left the fucking game.
Yeah.
That's why the area are like high fucking word team bullshit on coke and stuff that shit that makes them stop. But like, they're basically like police attack dogs, huffed up on fucking pain so they don't feel pain when they go to the team. Well, look at the Bulldog. You'll understand what I'm talking about.
That's why I want that 25-round shotgun with the flame shell so they don't feel no pain.
JT could have been a shortstop. Yeah.
See, I was that weird kid that would be in the grocery store with my mom, and I'd be getting in ghost reps with throwing a ball or swinging a bat. So I was that weird kid. But hey, I was one of the first kids picked by the coaches in Little League when I took and played because I had a hell of a fucking arm and knocked the shit out the fucking ball.
Todd played baseball in college, and I could play baseball, but baseball was always too slow for me. Like
you played baseball in college,
but Todd was a
baseball
player. Yeah.
What'd you play in? Like San Antonio Teachers College, A&M Technical Institute, A&M.
No, it was the School for the Blind League.
Oh, my man.
I was a rock star, man. I was a rock star.
Y'all catch the ball and be like, fastball. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
all I had to do is put my sunglasses on. Nobody knew any different. Nobody knew.
I remember the third one.
And I got the I didn't know that. I'd ask for an autograph. Now I want an autograph. I didn't know you.
Hey, I'll send one to you, Blake.
Yeah.
I'll send one.
All right.
Well, I used to, but like baseball, I could play. Baseball was like a little bit for me pace wise. It just wasn't. I had fun doing it for a bit, but it wasn't my thing. And then football, I was just like go out here and take shots, get hit or whatever. Like it just didn't really appeal to me. And my buddies did it. I did a freshman year and I did a senior year, and it was different in the '80s as far as being coaches and teachers in school than it is now. Because I had the talent and the skill that they would have me start in varsity like in 10th grade, and we had some pretty good players. And so coaches would be like walking down the hall, and he's like, "Pussy," like what? Like,
what?
Like, or they walk. It's like lazy ass. It would be different stuff and done, but it was like I just felt like why God. And then
hey, Ryan, they did the same thing nowadays, brother. Now they just say the JJ.
But I went. It was like spring. My first year.
For the Steelers.
What?
Remember Bill Cowell, the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Oh, yeah. Bill Cowell. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kicked off for and screaming too much. Yeah, that was like every coach I ever had. You fucking blah, 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 blah. Like, is this okay? I'm like 12. Is this all right? Like
back in the 80s, that was like a roadmap for coaching, I think. But the springtime, yeah, 90s too. The springtime, I picked up this little metal ball out there messing around for track or whatever. We do how you got to throw it or whatever. I threw it at a circle like 37 feet or whatever. They're like, "Okay, you're our shot putter." Okay, and I'm like, I'm going to meets and I'm placing in meets because I'm like throwing this little metal ball and I'm like, I don't got to take hits or anything like that. And I'm gonna get my letter for sports. So I'm like, I'll just stick out here and throw this ball around and just hang out. Don't got to run. Don't got to do anything and just chill. And the best sport you could ever do as a kid, if you're in school, is like being on the either shot putting team or the discus team. I don't think they do javelin anymore, but javelin used to be one of the ones back in the day. Just go out there, you do your reps, you can lift weights if you want, and you lay on this, wherever you're at and watch the people run around the track and talk to the girls. So I'm saying if you're in high school, well, you shouldn't be in high school watching this show anyway, but but as far as the easy sports to pick up, that was it. But and then I went back senior year and played football for a bit. I got some looks on some schools, but my coach my freshman year said, "You're in the wrong position." I was playing like defensive tackle because I was one of the bigger guys on the line. And he's like, "You were definitely like more of a running back. Like you should be like our fullback or whatever." I'm like,
"Oh my
God. How can I be the fullback when I'm bigger than the guys in front of me?" Like, thinking like,
you're right.
I mean, so like my freshman year, I was like, I went to college and I was like, I think I was at the time I was like 5'11" or 6 foot. And I was 230, but I ran like a 4.5 640, which is like started being. So they were like, I'd never spent time in the weight room, even when I was throwing shot put. By the time I left school throwing shot put, I was throwing like 47 feet or whatever. I never liked weights at that time, and they're like, if you just lift weights, you can easily be a running back.
So if Bo Jackson and Christian Okoye had a son, it'd be you, right?
It might be, but it was just, but it was like, you got to have your heart and dedication in the sports to actually do that. I just was like, no, I'm here to get education anyway, so I wasn't a big driving thing. But
so I got screwed.
I was almost 6'4" when I was in high school. And we were looking out to do the WWE. We wanted to get fucking big and do this and do that. And most people told me at the time that I was too fucking short to do wrestling, like professional wrestling. You're too short. You're too short. 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". So we never fucking did it. We just didn't care. We just like it. And the whole I hate to say this, but the whole fucking regime of going to school after school was not my fucking thing. Like I barely got out of school. Give me the fuck home. I am not into this whole thing. No.
You're like, so I gotta
stuff
stay. I gotta stay longer here.
I like
Did anybody
like that, but there was no
catch the basketball game last night, Northwestern?
No, I didn't see it last night. No,
They've got a guy. They had a guy that started for them that had one arm.
Oh, that dude.
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
That dude was a
Yeah, but
baller, man. He was good.
there was no like they weren't very like I don't know how to say this. They weren't like very nice and come here, join us, try to come in. They were just like pound the fuck out of you at gym class and punch you in the face. And if you came to them, they'd accept you. Like it was a different thing. It wasn't like, oh, all inclusive, nice and nice. It was, we'll beat the fuck out of you. And if you don't like gym because we hit you, then you wouldn't even come. You know what I mean? Like it was the same thing back in the day in the 90s. Not around here anyway, because I was like, I don't like this at all. This is shit. Like everything. I saw some shot putters recently that were women. I like a thick muscle. Don't worry to put me up and put your between your thighs and crack me like a nutcracker. These fucking women were terrifying, and the way they spun her do that shot, I was like, holy fuck! I am impressed as fuck at what these women can do with shot puts and javelins. Holy shit! It's amazing.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's like they got the fucking cattle steroids the whole fucking time because they are just totally impressive.
Yeah.
See, I
think in wrestling, I think Mark Henry was a shot putter. I think when he did the Olympics. Yeah.
See, I was more of an American Gladiator kind of guy. You know what I mean?
I like the Gladiators.
I was born.
I used to watch the Gladiators. Yeah. But
like funny, I just watched it.
I was looking at Trez's comment there. So in college, like my freshman year, so when we were at WVU, each dormitory we had like guys for us, and that was like your football team freshman year. Like we've had pickup football games. Whoever was on your floor, that was your team usually. So we got to play pickup, and I was always like that kid that was too big kind of for the other kids, but then too small for the football team. Right? So I was like the in between there, and I like hit one guy one time, one of the RAs, cracked his head open. He had to get stitches. It was just like I was just one of those in betweeners. Like why are you guys? So one year, that freshman year, my buddy, he was actually in the WVU band, and so he's like, they set up a thing for us to go against Fairmont State's band to play them in a football game because they didn't have pickup stuff. So you were supposed to bring in only one player. As you know, that wasn't in the band. We actually had two. It was me and the other guy that played the quarterback. So we weren't part of the band. Yeah, we kind of, we bet the rules. We went in and played and stuff like that and everything. And so we went against them. And we went up to Fairmont, West Virginia to play them at the stadium. And they had like a pep rally crew. They had all kinds of stuff. I mean, it was like they went all out to kind of have this thing. And so I was playing tailback and I was playing monster back. And so Monster Back gave me the freedom to roam all over the place and stuff. Well, anyway, long story short, we go through this game. I end up having like 3 touchdowns running the ball against these guys.
I bet you.
I end up having like 3 interceptions against them. I end up one play, the guy comes across the middle. And anybody that played football, when you're in that linebacker position, and you see a guy diving across the middle, you see that ball in the way, and it's between you separating that guy from the ball. Although in today's NFL, you can't do that. But back in the day, that was like the prime hit you wanted to do.
Real men played.
Mm-hmm. I hit put dude out the game. The dude I put out was a guy having a party after the game.
Damn.
So we end up going to
Hey, right.
We go to the party, and I was like, I'm sorry, man. You were out there. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. I mean, my quarterback left me out there hanging on kind of stuff. And we were talking, and somebody was like, you got to be in the Mountaineers, right? Like, you're one of the team. Like, no. He's like, you're not one of the Mountaineer players. Like, no. It's just, pickup type thing. And it was just, like, crazy fun to actually have that actually happen. But it was just, like, sometimes I think back, like, maybe I should have went the extra level. Because actually, when I went out my one buddy wanted to go out to WVU, and he wanted to be a linebacker, and he asked me to go out with him. So I kind of went out for moral support. And that's when they clocked me at the 4.56 when I ran a 40. They had me run against the guy, and they were like, "We want you to run against this other guy," because they like didn't think the time was maybe right the first time. And I beat both guys running, and they love the speed. So in college, they have like a scale like of a clock, like 0 to 12. If you're like 0 to 4, then it's usually like they won't take you. If you're 4 to 8, they'll take you kind of as a walk on to see if they can work with you. If you're like 8 to 12, they'll take you in to see about maybe giving you the potential as a scholarship type player. So I was actually at a 3.5 because when they said choose a weight you can bench press like 2 to 10 times, I didn't know what to get. I just went with the guy had in front of me, and I kind of stopped when I was done kind of doing. I could have benched it more and everything, but they were afraid of me actually not being strong enough. And they actually encouraged me to lift weights over the summer. They wanted me to come back out again because they said they loved the speed that I had for my size, but they wanted me to go back into the gym and kind of get the weight up. So they were afraid of me getting hurt. But I was like, I'm all right. I'm good. I just came for my buddy anyway. So, he didn't make the team either, but it was kind of like, it was encouraging. They asked me to come out there, and I ended up, because of doing it, I knew a lot of the players. Like I was back this was in the 80s. So I was hanging out like with Major Harris when he was the quarterback there. And like a lot of the running backs, a lot of the other players like Jim Gray, Mike Compton, guys that went pro NFL, I knew them from all hanging out. We were like basically in the same dormitory, so we'd hang out, go to parties and all kinds of stuff with them. But I just didn't have it in my heart to be a football player.
What's it like to run a 4.5?
Nowadays it's nothing, I don't think. But back then
I ran a 5.6.
If you're like when you're like back then,
I don't know what that means, but mine would be worse.
When you're like, I guess at that time when you were like 230, like when you think about Javon, I think it was Javon Curse that ran like a 4.6 or something like that when he was like 290 or something like that. Everything, and everyone's like calling him the freak or whatever. It was a pretty good speed. But in high school, I threw shot put, but I was also one of the backup sprinters for the team. And don't ever mess around and screw around in track because your coach might see you. So we were down there messing with one of my buddies, and he wanted me to race. He was our tailback on our football team. And so we got in a race and all kind of stuff with some other guys and ended up coming in like second or third in that race. And my coach was like, "Okay, you're on the relay team now." Like, I do not want to run. I don't even have running shoes. I'm running in basketball sneakers. I'm a thrower. I'm a shot putter. I don't need to be down here.
Yeah.
And ended up becoming one of the backup sprinters, which later on ended up being like they put me in a 400 one time. Nobody really knows what a 400 is until you actually run it. So, you run the 100, you think, oh, pretty good sprint, right? You think the 200, well, just around it. You run the 400, that's a full lap around the track.
Is that meters?
You think it's 400 meters, yes. And you think it's a lot easier than it actually is. Because once you get about the 250, there's a bear that's hanging out, and the bear jumps on your back. It might be a fridge. I don't even know. It's a bear or a fridge. I don't know what it is, but it gets on your back.
This bitch is heavy.
And you still had 150 meters to go. So I did that one time, and I told my coach, don't ever put me in that race again. I held my spot in the relay. I didn't lose it, but I was like, I did not want to do that. I'm definitely more.
I'm sorry. I don't know a lot about sports, and so I don't even know what that 4.2 means or a 5.6. I don't know what that means.
It's basically over a 40-yard dash, and just know like Deion Sanders ran it like in 4.2 and didn't even take his sweats off, and it was just like
that means
that was quick as hell. 4.2 seconds, yeah. So nowadays, if you're considered like, depending on your position, if you're like a defensive back, you want to run it within the 4.2, 4.3 range. If you're a running back and you're running like in a 4.3, 4.2, it's just like you're fired. If you got the size and stuff, you're pretty much a first round prospect or a pick at that point, depending on who you are and what your size and all that stuff.
I kind of really wish, I hate to say this because I don't know, but I kind of really wish like there was a little bit more, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to sound pussy, but like a little bit more like come on to the sport, try it out, kind of like more like, like how it is now, just like a little more easy and like try it out, see what you can do. More instead of just beating the fuck out of you just on gym class, be like, you can't make it. Don't even bother. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I've been half decent at some, but because of the way they did it, I've I've shunned basically all extracurricular activities, and that has actually translated to my children. I forbid them to do extracurricular activities because one, I don't have time to send them to school again and pick them up, and then two is fuck that school. You know what I mean? Kind of like that. So,
well, the whole thing is kind of a gap. I mean, right now, like if you're an NFL fan, you're probably watching them do the combine, right? So you go through the combine, you're running, you're jumping, you're lifting, all that kind of stuff. You go through the combine, and they think, well, you're going to be at this spot. This is where we should take you, whatever. Here's the thing. Tom Brady went to the combine, 6th-round pick, ends up being the GOAT. So, it's all a guessing game based on numbers. It's trying to give you the more scientific type guess, but that doesn't always translate. Some of your guys that go through the combine might not be as fast in a certain regard. Like you said, when they get the pads and stuff on and the way they make the moves and the agility, they're faster than that number can actually tell you. So it's still kind of a guessing game, but they try to figure out where you can best fit at. But I understand what you're saying, Paul, there. Because sometimes you got to get people into it and let them see what they can actually do.
Let them know where they are. Yeah, don't stop them before they get a chance. Like give them where they're supposed to be.
Right now, we got basketball games taking place, and I'm watching some of the players. West Virginia has one. They have a guy that came over from the UK. He's been here like 3 years. He's played basketball like 2. He used to be a tennis player, and he's playing basketball, getting rebounds, blocking shots, driving. Like you would think he was playing that his whole year. He's only played basketball like 3 years.
Right.
So if someone may not seen him before, you thought maybe this person might not really fit in, doesn't have an understanding of the game or whatever. But you can adapt and you can learn as you go.
Rod, what's your thoughts on Victor Wembanyama?
This is the most sports ball I've ever talked. And then two, I am not a chess player because I'm stupid.
more checkers.
Hey, homie, I'm gonna drop. I gotta drop out of here. I gotta take I'm gonna try to get up in the morning. I got get something pushed out because I didn't schedule anything for tomorrow. So I'm gonna hop off.
What are you pushing out?
Cheers, brother.
Congrats on 8 years, homie. Like that's.
Well, thanks, brother.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up here too in a bit because I know Todd's gonna get up too. Yeah.
Thanks for letting me up.
Yeah, it was great having you up here again, dude. You're crushing it. You're the legend. You're the rock star of the group right now. So I mean, we're all following your lead.
It's all thanks to me. It's all thanks to me.
I'll holler at y'all later.
All right, brother.
All right, bro.
Thanks, DB. Nice to join you. Cheers.
You got to, Todd. Yeah, you got to get up too.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. I'm tired.
Pussy.
Yeah, and happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll wrap up here.
It's cool hanging out with you guys. Ain't seen you guys for a while.
Nice to see you, Todd.
Oh,
cheers.
It's good to be seen, Todd. Yes. I mean, it's good to see you too, buddy. It's good to see you, bro. I hope you're doing good.
I'm sorry that Shannon wouldn't come over and say hi because I'm a piece of shit. But whatever.
She popped off for a second now. She did put her face in for a second.
Yeah, when I took a piss.
Oh, you wasn't here, was you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I was like, Paul's gone. Come over now. Say hi.
It's okay.
All right, brother. I'll catch you later.
All right. Sounds good. See you guys.
Later, bro.
Yeah, riding a bike all over town, burst some cows. Look at Trez beat me by 0.02, 4.54. But he was a running back. So consider he was a running back. I wasn't a running back.
Amazing.
And depending on Trez's weight at that time, me and Trez know each other because we worked together in Cincinnati, but he's smaller than me. So I was at a 230 weight running a 4.56. So he was probably at a lower rate running a 4.54. So
it takes your weight into account too to the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're carrying more weight. Okay. So if your weight's higher and you're carrying that much speed, that's like in Cincinnati, Bo Jackson got injured. That's what killed his injury when he got tackled, right? Bo Jackson was running at such a high torque for his size. 90+% of people would have walked away after that tackle with no problem. But he was so fast for his size that's what caused the injury for him to have a season or career-ending injury.
Now, Bo Jackson actually owned property in Berwick, where I grew up at. Yeah. And that was the one place was called Bo Jackson's, which is he owned that bar area I used to grow up in. We used to have some drinks. Yeah.
Nice.
We see when I was in high school, I was up to 6'4", but I was 160.
Yeah.
So I was tall, but I was
you were lanky.
Lanky, yeah. Yeah, and AKA malnutritioned. But anyway, so, yeah.
I mean, literally, when I used to walk through Cincinnati, and I know Trez may have seen me in short stuff before. I've got like really big calves and stuff, so I would actually get stopped by people like on the street asking if I was one of the Bengals players.
Right.
Because of my size and stuff. And it was funny. We used to go to some of the clubs when we go for work events type stuff. And my one buddy who was single, he would be like, well, just say, because we had a guy that was a lineman for the Bengals named Rod Jones. And just say you're Rod Jones. And I told him, I'm your agent or whatever. And so I would say that. And they were like, no, because Rod Jones was also black. He was like number 61. I knew who his number was there in the Bengals and stuff.
I used to play with him on Madden.
Yeah. And if somebody asked me, I could pull my license out. I said, yeah, I just go by Rod, but it would show my full name on there. And it was just like, it was just what he would do. But it was, who was it? It was, I went to one of the charity events. I think it was Artrell Hawkins, who was our host there, who was a former Bengals cornerback. And he's like, dude, I used to tackle Barry Sanders and your calves are bigger than his. Like,
right.
Like, did you play for somebody? Like, no, I didn't. I never played ball. I just
One of the recently I was at work and I had to pull a roll of meshing out for one line. So I'm pulling out and I'm just walking it to the next fucking supervisor. I was like, here you go. He goes, can you take it to me? Obviously, you work out, and I don't. I said, I don't fucking work out. I've never worked out. And he goes, well, you don't fucking look like it. And I was like, what? Because I'm like fucking 6 times bigger than you? You're like a 5'7", and I'm fucking huge. I'm just fat. It's just fat. It doesn't mean I worked out. I'm just tubby.
Just because I look like Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, because I look like Paul Bunyan doesn't mean I chop trees for a fucking living. Okay, well I'll give you your fucking roll thing. There you go. I'm bigger than. I mean, you've seen pictures of me with people. I'm bigger than normal, but I'm not big.
Cheers,
I don't know how to describe that. I'm bigger than normal. I'm just not big.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I was like same type of thing.
I was asking
it's like it's an intermediate area.
I'm interested about that auction thing, online auction. That is a very interesting idea, Angie. I should probably try to see about doing something like that too. An online auction of my art.
Yeah, both of you two are artists.
Oh yeah.
And Angie actually reached out to me, and actually, Paul, you're the same way. If you're interested, I mean, she was going to talk to me about maybe some of the breweries I know about trying to do some artwork for some of their can stuff. But if you're interested in that, then
I can totally do it.
I can try to contact some of the people I know as well.
I can paint a pine tree with my dick.
I wouldn't go into the pitch leading with that, but
that's why I love you, Rod. You get it. Yeah, get it.
It may work on America's Got Talent, though.
Simon would love it.
Simon might say impressive.
Oh, it's pretty impressive. They're little trees, but they're trees.
Oh,
I was so curious what it's like to run a 4.5, dude. Last time I ran from the
smart to be a chess player. There you go.
Only time I ever ran from the cops, I didn't run a 4.5. It was like a 9.6. I was giving it hell, but
I used to run quite a bit.
No, but the D was saying no.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, those days are behind me now. No way I'm running a 4.5 now.
The only way I used to run fast in school. This is bad, by the way. I will say this right now. It's a short sprint. Used to breathe, suck it all in. I used to run 200-300 yards without a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of that 200-300 yards, I didn't breathe the whole time. So I was like, it's like you just suck it up and you know what I mean? And by the end of it, you're fucking dead. So a short sprint, I got the cheetah run, basically. The cheetah run. And then the end of it, you're like, I'm fucked. But I used to run pretty fast. But that was, you couldn't breathe, do that whole continuous breathing thing that you have to kind of train while you're doing it. It just, it's hard.
As you go.
I grew up with bad asthma too. So if you didn't, you wouldn't be able to do it.
Y'all got this. Y'all go ahead, man.
Yeah, get on, have fun. Woo!
Yeah.
I don't think I'm running fast unless it's a pit bull or cocaine bear after me.
Yeah, unless there's free pizza involved or a police dog. And then remember that you got to run that tuck ass in.
Yeah.
Tuck that ass in when you run when there's a police dog. Otherwise, he's gonna bite you in the ass.
There's this
Tuck
picture
that ass in and run hot. Fuck you.
Run upright, protect that ass. Yeah.
You know, tuck that ass in.
You can say Blake.
I don't know. That was so good. I'm too high. So I don't know.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna jump off.
I decided that I took a week off. I'm just all I'm doing is relaxing.
Yeah.
Relaxing.
That's what it's all about. That's what I'm doing tomorrow for my birthday.
Taking off, not caring.
Well, now my birthday.
Having a good time. I got a bunch of beers that came in. Relaxing.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Is just relax tomorrow. Actually, one of my friends just reminded me on Facebook that Luther, the new movie's out tomorrow. So maybe watch that on Netflix.
Sweet,
big fan of watching the Luther films. And going to chill. Take it easy.
Pour out another beer. Enjoy the beer, please.
Yeah. I'm going to jump on. Are you jumping?
I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm going to run for the county line. And yes, I'm about to jump on.
I'm gonna jump on for a little bit.
Jump off the COD or Black Ops.
See if I can get my guns worked out.
Black Ops.
But thanks everybody. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you.
Happy birthday, buddy. Happy 8
Happy birthday, Rod. Woo!
Thank you. Thank you guys for joining me, and thanks for everybody in the chat that jumped in there. Appreciate you. And next Thursday, be back with another Toss One Back, and I'm gonna try to do some more other live stuff at some point. I get some other stuff in my mind I'm trying to get done, but I appreciate it. Great 8-year ride here with the channel.
Absolutely.
Great stuff over on the podcast. If you guys listen to the podcast, I'll have stuff over there as well. The blog, everything else. So looking for bringing some more good things. I got a few more breweries I need to get back on here as well. So stay tuned for more great stuff here in 2023. Thank you, JT, on the birthday. And as always, Tris, thank you, brother. Always appreciate you. And y'all have a great one. Going to go ahead and sign off here.
Cheers.
Catch you guys next time. Later.